And we're live. Welcome everybody into our live stream tonight. We have playoff action between the Boston Bruins and Washington Capitals in what could be the deciding game of this series, as the Bruins come into tonight's game with a 3-1 series lead over the Caps. They will be looking to finish off Washington tonight, while the Caps will be trying to stay alive on home ice. This should be a really good one, a lot of fun to watch. As you can see, we have a special guest joining for the stream tonight. It is Steele. Steele, it's great to have you on. Thank you so much for joining
Hey,
tonight, and hopefully you have a
yeah,
great night
man.
of hockey.
Oh, I couldn't stay away. Had to be here for some of the playoff hockey. Especially a special, very important game this evening with the Bruins
Mhm.
on the brink here, moving on against Washington here. And I'll tell you what, I'm not at all surprised about this. I'm like very much excited. I get it. This is the second game here in home ice for Washington. And I'll tell you what, I have not seen the Washington Capitals look like they did during the regular season, but I have definitely seen the Boston Bruins stepping it up, especially during the playoffs and especially during the Washington Capitals these last couple of games.
Yeah, Boston's carried that momentum from the regular season post-trade deadline right into the playoffs here. And after losing a tough game one in overtime, they've won 3 straight now, and they are coming in now to Washington for a chance to move on and get this series over with early, and certainly a lot earlier than I thought that this series was going to be over. If it does end tonight, I thought for sure that this series was probably going 7 games, given how evenly matched these teams are. And we'll see what Washington does tonight. But I've been impressed with the Bruins, and especially their last game where they got the 4-1 win. They just controlled that game from pretty much start to finish, and they seem to be taking it to the Caps here, and it's given them quite a lead to work with now.
And that's the other thing too. When you get a lead like that, especially on a Boston team, and when you get Washington chasing the game, that's basically putting them out of their game.
Hmm.
Okay, they're trying to be the ones with the lead and playing from in front. Okay, but when they have to start chasing the game, it becomes a different situation for them. Whereas if Boston is starting to chase the game, that's okay because they're used to doing that. They're able to do that. They're able to chase the game a little bit. Where if they're back on their heels a little bit, it doesn't really matter. They have the talent and the guys on the team to help them get through that little area. Whereas I don't think that Washington doesn't have that depth and doesn't have quite as many players that can help bring them through that rough patch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and depth has been something that the Caps have had a lot of throughout their recent history, but this series, it's just not exactly coming through for them. And Nicholas, their top guys have been fairly quiet as well. Nicholas Backstrom's been very, very quiet. Kuznetsov hasn't really done much since coming
Neither
back
has
in.
Mantha.
Oh, Mantha's done absolutely nothing in this series. Ovechkin, while he does have a couple goals, has overall been fairly quiet, and he hasn't been enough of a game changer for the Capitals in this series, and that's one of the big reasons why Boston is up.
Exactly. That's a great point there because Ovechkin has not been prolific during these playoffs, and Boston has pretty much held him in check.
Hmm.
Now, with Miller being out of the Boston lineup now, that's going to get a little harder, especially this game, to try to keep, that Oshie, Backstrom, Ovechkin, trying to keep those guys in check now with one less guy there on the back end. But I think Boston's up to the challenge.
Yeah, we'll find out tonight for sure. Miller out of the lineup. Jared Tenorti works his way in. And it is now time to say hi to everybody in the chat. Prosperous, Matthew, Jeff, Railfanner, Stephanie, Paolo, Isaac, Alex, Vernon, Dylan, Bubbaloo, Avi, Elijah, Connor, Avs Fanboy, Red Rubber, Samuel, Bart, Joseph, Andrew,
Wow.
100% Dork, Brian, Steven,
Yeah.
Prixor, Who else have I missed? Aiden's in here. Joey's in here. Welcome in, everybody in the chat. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. The game hasn't even started yet. We've got almost 40 people in the chat already. Thank you guys all so much. We are getting ready for a big one here. Underwater, what's going on? Just subbed, welcome. Welcome in, everybody. Chase, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Really, really appreciate everybody being in here tonight. We are going to have a lot of fun. And this is a big Game 5 here. Capitals trying to keep their season alive. Bruins trying to finish things off.
Yep.
And move on to the second round. And we'll find out over the next 2.5 hours or so which way that this one is going to go. So, Matthew, welcome. Thank you for being here. Avi says Bees 4-3. Get some predictions in. Before the start of this game. I just want to say that, as you can see, I have a special guest on. It's Steele from Steel Flyers. His channel is linked in the description of the video. So if you guys aren't yet subscribed to Steele and his channel, he has some great content on there. So please feel free to check that out. The link is in the description of the video.
Thank you.
Diehard Boston fan, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Tomorrow I am doing Game 5 between the Islanders and the Penguins.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a big one. That series is tied up at 2.
Oh yeah, and it looks like Nashville was able to come back and tie up the series against Carolina in Nashville, double overtime here, 4-3. So there's a quick little update on that one for you.
Another 2-2 series now. Colorado trying to finish off St. Louis with a sweep. They have a 2-1 lead last I knew heading into the third. I haven't seen an update on that since.
Yes,
but
2-1.
Still 2-1 Colorado.
Yes.
Amber, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. All right, I guess it's prediction time here. David, what is going on? Welcome to the stream. I mean, obviously you guys know I'm a Bruins fan. I want the Bruins to win. I actually think the Capitals stay alive tonight. I don't think they're going to lose on home ice to lose this series this quickly. I mean, this is going to be all out for the Caps. This is going to be...
You know what? I'll tell you what. We're going to find out.
Full-on desperation mode here. Like, the Capitals have to try and save their season. They're going to go all out tonight. I think the Caps do force this to 6 games. I think that they win. I'm going to say 4-2 today. I think the Capitals are able to take this one. But when the Bruins go back home on Tuesday for Game 6, Boston will finish them off. Capitals have not won in Boston in this series yet. And... I can't imagine this series being over in 5. This was a series that I thought was almost a guarantee to go 7 games, and for it to be on the brink already like this.
Well, actually, I'm not surprised. I'm not. From the way Boston has played in the last month of the seasons from the trade deadline onward, and how they've progressed and how they've played, and then exactly how Washington has played. They weren't really looking all that great going into the playoffs. They kind of limped in. They've had some issues as far as some injuries, some players available, not available. You know what I'm saying? The Ovechkin just is very limited on points. Oshie's really been the only bright spot. Mantha hasn't done anything for the Capitals, and their goaltending has been very suspect over the last couple of games. So, you know, and we all knew going into this series that if you were to, you know, stack it up there, that the Boston goaltending would be the more of the that advantage for Boston because of Tuukka Rask compared to the goaltending that was going on in the Capitals with Samsonov and the like. And I'll tell you what, I think that's what you're seeing here. So it doesn't really matter who I think they put in net. I wouldn't be surprised either if Boston is able to take this win in Washington and close out the series tonight.
I'd love to see that happen. I would love to see that happen, but we'll find out here over the next 2.5 hours. Eddie's come in, Jack, Sharaf, King, Sasha, what is going on? Welcome in, everybody. We're getting ready for puck drop. Ilya Samsonov back in net here for the Capitals. Tuukka Rask obviously in goal for Boston. Game 5 about ready to go. Cheers to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Really, really appreciate each and every one of you. It's going to be a fun night. Graham, happy birthday. Cheers to all of you. We are ready for puck drop.
Ooh, yeah, here we go, man. This is it. This is where it's all about. Looks like there's about a three-quarter or about maybe half the fans here tonight.
I am not sure what Washington's capacity is, but we are underway. Bruins win the opening faceoff back. Game 5 has begun. Can the Bruins finish off the Caps, or do the Capitals live to see another day and force a Game 6 on Tuesday? We will find out here tonight as we are underway and the Capitals are in the offensive zone. Sean, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you guys all for being here. Really, really appreciate it. TC's in the chat. Lucas, Roman, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you guys all for being here as Sherry sets it up now. Gets checked there by Grizzly. Bergeron comes in and takes the puck. Bruins able to clear. That one deflected now into the Cap zone, and that's going to be an icing call against Boston as Carlson tags up, and that will come back down to the Bruins' end, and we will get an offensive zone faceoff here for the Washington Capitals. THG, what's going on? Welcome.
Look for the Caps to be all over things here in at least the first 10 minutes. I mean, look for high energy from them.
This has got to be all-out desperation mode for the Washington Capitals because they are in a deep hole here down 3-1. Chanel, what is going on? Welcome as Bergeron wins that face-off back, but Ovechkin comes in on the forecheck. Washington trying to get set up in the offensive zone again here, just about 50 seconds into the game. Moved up now, though. Boston able to clear it out to neutralize. Brendan Dillon takes it, dumps it back in. Caps tag up to get onside. Carlo goes back, has Mantha, takes a hit there all over him. Moved up now. Pasternak back behind his own net. Mike Riley. This line's still stuck on the ice here for the Bruins after that icing call. That one gets sent all the way down again. It's going to be another icing here against Boston. And Pasternak is still stuck on the ice from the opening shift. Looks like they did get a couple guys changed off. Krejci's come on. And Hall has come on, but that's it. The other three guys have been out here the entire time. So Capitals with some good pressure here early, forcing Boston into these icings.
Exactly, man. That's what we were looking for right at the beginning of the game here with Capitals coming out here a little bit with lots of gas.
Absolutely, as this one gets moved up now. And we're going to get a hand pass call, but that's okay. The Bruins can finally make the full line change, and we'll have a neutral zone face-off coming up here. 18:38 to go. The Colorado Avalanche have just gone up 3-1 over St. Louis, and I think it's time to get the brooms out in that series. Colorado now with a 2-goal lead in the third, and it might be goodbye Blues here very shortly.
15 minutes left, man. They just looked very lethargic. I was watching this game here before we jumped on here to the Boston game, and it just looked like St. Louis was out of gas.
Yeah. Ian, what's going on? Washington is at home. Boston's on the road. Makeda, welcome into the chat. Chris, welcome into this chat. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Boston moves this one up. We got 18:20 left in the first. Down low now, Taylor Hall along the half boards. Sent out there, though. He's checked down, and the puck's cleared by the Capitals. Bruins trying to bring it right back in, though. Here's David Krejci. Krejci looking to make a play. He sends it in on Samsonov, and he covers it up with the glove. We'll get a whistle here. 18:07 remaining, just about a couple minutes into the first period. We'll have an offensive zone face-off coming up here for the Bruins.
First shot on goal here, right? For Boston for that?
Yes. Paolo's here. Hayden, what's going on? Torin, welcome to the stream. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. We got an O-zone draw for the Bruins here. Nick Dowd's in to take it against Charlie Coyle. And Dowd wins that one back defensively for Washington.
Good seeing Dowd back, man, after he took that bit of an injury there in the last game or two, whatever, back. He was a little bit suspect coming back there, but good to see him back out there playing well.
Definitely. Gray, what's going on? Welcome into the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Capitals getting the cycle game going now in the offensive zone. Down low, behind the net, taken there by Tenorti, sends it up the boards. Capitals are there, though. Good pinch. Washington with a lot of pressure here early, and you would expect that. They are in desperation mode. They have got to come out and establish some sort of lead in this game, and they have really come out on the attack here to start
For
this
sure.
game number 5, as they are still putting a lot of forechecking pressure on here as Boston struggling to get out of their zone. Richie's finally able to loft it up to neutral ice, and Chara will play it back at his own blue line. Moved up quickly, though, right into the offensive end, except it's offside. So Lars Eller a little ahead of the play there, and that is going to be
Tenorti in for Miller. So
yes.
that's kind of being, is he going to be able to step into that role here? And he's got quite a big shoes to fill here, especially for this game 5.
Definitely. Paolo, I'm doing well. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Johnny, welcome into the chat. Thank you for watching. Blues only have 12 shots on net against the Avalanche.
Wow.
They're about to be eliminated.
Wow.
They only have 12 shots on goal. That is brutal.
Yeah, like I said, man, they didn't look. I mean, I was watching that game here at the beginning. Was clicking back through with the Carolina game there, and St. Louis just looked like they were, very lethargic. They looked like they were out of gas.
Not a good series there, as they look like they're about to be swept here by the Avalanche in just a few minutes as that game winds down. Kept in here now, Boston in the offensive zone. Blocked there, though, by Sherry. Comes out back to the Bruins. And Capitals still don't have an official shot on goal.
No, they don't. And we're a little over 3 minutes into the game here.
We've got a new member, Chris. Let's go. Member, hype in the chat for Chris. He just became a superstar member on the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really, really appreciate that, man.
Awesome
you are
sauce.
Awesome.
Woo,
get that hype in the chat. What is going on? Lemon Beats, welcome as well. Chance there right through the crease from Corrali, but it goes wide. No one else was there to put it in. Moved up now. Capitals out of the zone. We're about 4 minutes into the first period. Washington back into the offensive end. They are being outshot 3-0, even though they've had a lot of good forechecking pressure.
Yeah,
but
it just they haven't been able to finish.
No,
they haven't really had those good finishing chances. Yeah, exactly. They've seen some things, but they haven't been able to see all the way. You know what I mean?
Yep. Hey, thank you so much, Chris. Really, really appreciate that, my friend. Do I miss Torrey Krug, Prosperous? Not really. I think the Bruins have been fine without him. I mean, they've had a very solid season, and they're doing well in the playoffs. And, obviously, he was a fan favorite for sure, and I loved him as a Bruin. But he signed a really big contract this offseason, and I think, the Bruins are doing okay without him.
Exactly. Man, a little over 4 minutes in, and Washington still doesn't have a shot.
Ooh, they send that one right through the crease there. That one not able to be finished off, though. And the Bruins, bad turnover here on the wing. Dowd keeps it in. Craig Smith has got to get that puck out. Rask makes a big save there on the shot. Still sending deep here. Washington pouring on the attack. Krejci comes back now. He's got Hagelin coming at him, but he's able to chip it up and out. Smith. Oh, Smith gets absolutely hammered there in front of the Bruins bench.
Great
and now
hit.
we got a big scrum going on. Chara gets involved. I think Hathaway is in there. We got Chara really going at it with someone in front of the Bruins bench there, and that is Tenorti, I believe. Chara and Tenorti getting into it, and we got our first scrum of the game here. Is this very physical series is certainly going to continue that way all the way through the end.
Oh, for sure. It has been that way as well, too, since the very beginning. This has been a pretty serious situation here. Yeah, I see what's going on. And I took Smith down kind of on an offhanded play there and took Smith down from behind. Oh, boy.
Johnny, what is going on? Captain Rexall, what is going on? Welcome into the stream, guys. Savage, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Tim's in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Char with a big hit there on Craig Smith. And that's what caused the scrum.
Yeah, exactly.
All these teams come together. And right in front of the bench, Hall came in, and then Tenorti came in after Chara. And
that was a little bit of rough stuff there going on for sure. But Chara, man, that was a big old hit on for Chara to lay out there like that.
Zdeno Chara at 44 years old, still bringing it physically, and we've certainly, as Bruins fans, we certainly got used to seeing that over the last 14 years. Looks like we have some 4-on-4 action here. So
yeah, I believe they both went.
Couple of penalties called, and we got some 4-on-4 action with just under 15 to go. Joey with the Star membership. Thank you so much, Joey. Really, really appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Get that new member hype in the chat for Joey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, Peyton's in the chat. What is going on, man?
Oh my gosh.
Welcome, Peyton. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Down low now. 4-on-4 action continues. Bruins. Long shot there from Bergeron. That goes wide to Samsonov. John Carlson plays it. Behind the net now, taken by Dmitry Orlov. We've got 14:05 left in the first period. Still scoreless here in Game 5. Shots are 4-2 in favor of the Bruins. Capitals here on the brink of elimination, trying to keep their season alive as Boston moves it out of their zone. Up now and into the offensive end. Taken here, just onside. Coyle with a drop pass now to DeBrusk. DeBrusk trying to get that deflected in front. Just goes by the stick of Mike Riley. Bruins take possession back, though, in the neutral zone and send it to the Caps' end. Brendan Dillon now back to play it. Up past Kuznetsov. That one goes all the way down, and that is going to be icing against the Capitals. 13:32 left here in the first period, and the Bruins are going to get an offensive zone face-off.
Yeah, it looks like, and Bruins have been winning the face-off battle here too so far in this game.
And the Blues, not done yet, get a big goal from Vlad Tarasenko.
Second one of the night for him.
They cut it back to a 1-goal game as it is now 3-2 Colorado. Trying to pull off the sweep. Blues, I guess they're not going home they're trying not to go home just yet.
Yeah, that's his second goal. He scored the first one there for him, too. So that was a power play goal for them.
That's big. Austin, welcome into the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Great to see you as we got 13:32 left to go in the first period. And that puck deflected up and out of play as we get a stoppage. And we are still, we got some 4-on-4 action continuing here, but we are headed to our first commercial break. With about 13 and a half minutes to go. Officer, what is going on? Welcome into the stream. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Reminder that I cover the entire NHL, so no matter what team you're a fan of, you're welcome and wanted here. It would really mean a lot if you could hit the thumbs up button on the video and subscribe if you haven't yet. I'll be streaming all playoffs long, doing as many games as I possibly can. It's going to be a really, really fun time, so I appreciate everybody watching. Also, as you can see, I am joined by a special guest. We've got Steele from Steel Flyers joining me here tonight. His channel is linked in the description of the video, so if you guys want to check out Steele, his channel is there. He's got some great content there. And really, really appreciate all you guys in the chat. We got like 90 people watching already. We just hit 100 concurrent viewers, and we're just getting going in this one. Thank you guys so much for the support.
Thank you all very much. Yeah, this is great. John, he's the GOAT, man. That's why we call him the GOAT at Steel Flyers All Sports Network. So you can check us all out there for sure. You can see even the great show from John is there on the Steel Flyers Network too. The Off the Wall Hockey Show that we do on Friday nights. You got to go check that out too, man. Thank you very much for having me, John. Love doing these games with you, man. This is exciting. I can't wait to see what happens here between the Boston and the Capitals.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun game for sure. We've already gotten a pretty good start, and we're just waiting for someone to break the ice here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It looks like it looks like Boston's been able to weather the storm as far as being able to take care of things here in the first 10 minutes or so of the game. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure. Gray, to be honest with you, I don't 100% know how the exact order is worked out. I think it's by what round you're eliminated. I know that it's by what round you're eliminated, but then how they determine the teams within that group that were eliminated in the same round, I think it might be regular season record, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Sly, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Aiden, welcome. Thank you for watching. St. Martin, welcome to the chat. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys, everybody, for being here in the chat. We really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the subscriptions. Yeah, really checking us out, man, because John's got the great stuff going on.
Tripping call against David Pastrnak, and that is going to put the Capitals to the power play.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, though.
An early chance here.
Yeah, and Capitals haven't necessarily they have taken advantage of some, but not all.
Yeah. Yep. Timothy, what is going on? Diener, what is going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for stopping in and being here. Really, really appreciate it. It's great to see you in the chat, man. That one cleared out on the penalty kill there by Boston right away. Caps on the power play here. Trying to set up in the offensive zone. Actually, it's a 4-on-3 still, so it's not a regular power play.
Yeah, because it was still a 4-on-4 from previously with the Chara and the Smith.
Mike and James, welcome in. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. All right, we are back to 5-on-4 now. As they come out of the box, it goes to a regular power play. Washington not able to get a whole lot going in the offensive zone just yet. It's the Bruins penalty kill. Trying to finish or kill this thing off with Pastrnak in the box, and Tenorti with a hit there. Trying to bring it into the zone. Marchand ends up with it, and the Bruins are going to be able to clear again. 2-on-2 up ice. Lazar and Marchand. Marchand eventually just dumps it in deep and will kill off some more time here.
Middle of the road here for the Boston penalty kill here, about 17th rank.
Moved up now here. Corrali on the PK. 12:05 to go in the first period as the Capitals bring it into the offensive zone. Big step up there by McAvoy. What a hit.
Nice hit. That's a nice hit, man. That's the way to step into it there, young man.
And that is sent all the way down again, cleared by the Bruins. Fast Female, what is going on? Welcome into the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Pete's in the chat. What is going on? Welcome. Yes, officer. I stream all season long. Move now. Caps back into the offensive zone. Down to about 11.5 minutes remaining here in the first period. Still looking for the game's first goal. Washington on the brink of elimination. Putting on a lot of pressure here. Trying to keep their season alive as that cross-ice pass is too far in front of Ovechkin, and that's out of the zone. 2-on-1 shorthanded. Bruins with a chance. Cross-ice pass. Samsonov with a huge save.
Wow.
Absolutely robbing the Bruins there.
Wow, that's not something that we are necessarily expecting, man. Samsonov stepping up huge with that save, boy. Mark that one down, folks. That's a save right there of the game.
New member hype for Torin. Thank you so much. Welcome to Star Membership. Thank you. Please get that new member hype in the chat for Torin.
Thank you,
really
Torin.
Appreciate that.
Really, thank you very much, man. Some great passing there in front. Was able to get the goaltender.
Got the one-timer off. Samsonov just came across and made a fantastic save.
I'll say, man, DeBrusk and them guys were just flying down there, man.
Oh, Wilson got the stick up on DeBrusk after the whistle there.
Yep.
And Wilson's in the box. That was
okay.
That was not a smart play there. He got the stick right up in the face of DeBrusk.
I'm watching the replay right now. Oh, yeah, he did. Okay, all right.
Now it's Boston to the power play here.
Okay, yeah, that was a little bit more intentional than I thought it was.
Sent in here now, down to the back to the point now. Under 11 minutes to go. Bruins setting up in the offensive zone. Dello, what is going on? Coffee, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Hayden became a member now. Hayden, thank you so much. Get that new member hype in the chat for Hayden.
Thank you.
Really appreciate all the support, guys. You guys are incredible.
Sweet. Thank you very much.
That one gets cleared out here by the Caps. Bruins trying to bring it right back in, but Dowd plays the puck. We've still got 1:17 of power play time here for Boston. Down in the corner, back now to the point. Bruins setting up again. Pastrnak, top of the circle, cross-ice pass. Back now to McAvoy, manning the point. Closing in on the halfway point of this first period. Still scoreless so far. Bruins out shooting the Caps 5-2. Capitals PK sends that one all the way down.
Yep. Capitals is keeping them on the outside there. They got good puck move, but they're keeping to the outside.
Yeah, good penalty kill so far here for Washington. Bruins bring it back into the offensive zone, though. Bergeron down deep to Pastrnak. Back to Bergeron. Now out to the point. Grzelcyk to the other side. Now back to Grizz at the top. Top of the circle now. Taylor Hall into the middle. Shot there. Another big save by Samsonov.
Wow.
Quality chance there for the Bruins, but Samsonov is able to get a glove on it.
That's two now. In the last 5 minutes now. Two big saves.
He's sharp to start this game.
Boy, they needed that too. They really needed him to be sharp coming into this game.
Richie with a shot there right from the hash marks in the middle. And Samsonov able to get a piece of it there with the wow, with his pants. Went right over the pad and under
Yeah,
the
dude.
glove, but ended up in Samsonov's pants. That was very, very
Woo.
close to
Yeah, it
being a
was.
goal there for the Bruins. Big
Yeah, it was.
save.
Big save, boy. Big save. That's the way to do it. Boston's been able to get set up. They've been able to get Hall. They have some guys floating back and forth in front of the net there, and they got them moving. And they're able to get some good puck movement going on. But Capital's been able to keep them to the outside and keeping the shots limited.
Absolutely, as the Bruins are back here now over the red line into the offensive end. Into chance here. Hall with a big pass there. Big shot and a save again by Samsonov. Bruins keep it in, though. Final seconds of the power play ticking off. Top of the circle there. Long shot. Samsonov able to make the save on that. And then his mask comes off, and we got a big scrum going on here. Big scrum. Brendan Dillon getting in there. A couple of Bruins in there. Coyle. Looks like Craig Smith is in as well. Samsonov had his mask knocked off. And that is what blew the play dead. And then the Capitals players, not sure if it must have been a Bruin that knocked the mask off for the Caps to react like that. I haven't seen a replay of it as they're showing the earlier save. But
I don't know, man. He had his head down when some players were going by, and maybe somebody got it. You know what I mean? Like he had his head down, like he was looking. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he had his head down, like he was looking to try to get the puck.
Capitals players were going after some Bruins in front of the net there, defending their goaltender.
Oh, boy.
You do not want to see your goaltender getting his mask knocked off by opposing teams' players, that's for sure.
No, that's exactly for sure, man. And I think that's what was going on. I think he had his head down, and he was trying to look down at the puck, and when somebody skated by, it kind of clipped him.
Caught him? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're right, man. That save that he made there on the power play that was almost in was just right off the back part of the inside part of his pants.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like,
big save there.
Boy. that was a lucky save there. That's more like it.
Radio Free, what is going on? Timothy, welcome to the stream. Timothy, I am a Bruins fan, but this channel is for everybody. I cover the entire NHL here, and we'll be streaming all playoffs long. So we are at commercial break here. Bruins power play had just come to an end, and we had a little bit of a scrum there as we were headed to break. We'll see how things shake out when we come back. But SNG, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it.
Wow, man. Look at all these people in here, dude. This is awesome, man. This just goes to show you how awesome that John is and how awesome this channel is and how cool everybody is that comes here to watch this. Thank you all very much for checking us out. John is the man, dude. He covers everything. He does the entire NHL. Yep, he's a Bruins fan, but that doesn't stop him from being excited when other guys score too. So he's a hockey guy. That's what I mean.
XGN, yeah, big time win today for Nashville, tying up their series against Carolina.
Yep.
And Bradley, welcome in as well. We've got Austin. We're at commercial break, so when we come back, we'll get the time. It should be like
SNG,
just under 10 minutes or so.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hey, SNG, thank you so much for subbing. Let's get that new sub hype in the chat. Give SNG a warm welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've got 9:04 left in the first period. Here's the Capitals trying to work it out of the zone, and they do. Back to neutral ice now. It's Zephyr. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Lakers fan, thank you so much. That's greatly appreciated. Thrown in there. Rask has to cover it up, and he'll make a save and get a stoppage here with 8:46 to go in the first period. Attacking zone draw for the Capitals. Coming up here in the middle portion of the first. Rask hasn't been very busy,
has he?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't had to do a whole lot. There hasn't been a lot. That's only, I believe, the third real puck that he's even had to play at this point. So
that's what I mean. Yeah, because they've had some chances and they've been down in the Boston end, but for the most part, it's really kind of been Boston that has been answering back to the Capitals. They were supposed to be coming out that first 10 minutes. They're just not.
Yeah, no, I was expecting a much bigger push in the first 10 minutes from Washington than what we saw.
Yeah, and it's not. It didn't materialize, and it just seems like it's dying away.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're down now, 8:20 left in the first period. Ovechkin takes a hit. Wagner rips that one wide of the post. Bruins trying to keep it in the offensive end here. Capitals looking to clear, not able to. Carlo able to send it back deep around the net. Riley's going to pinch. Good check along the sideboards there. The Capitals come away with the puck. They're going to try and work it out here. Hey, Lewis, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you being here. Hey, it's Zephyr. Thank you so much for subscribing. Got some new sub hype in the chat for It's Zephyr. New subscriber to the channel. Give them a warm welcome. Mikey, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Moved up now by Boston. 7:40 left in the first period. Still scoreless in this game 5. Could potentially be the last game of the series. Caps trying to keep their season going. Moved into the offensive zone out here. Washington cuts to the middle. Backdoor. Big save there by Rask with the pad.
Wow,
Kept
there's
in,
a
though,
save.
at the blue line.
Wow.
To the point. Caps here putting on some pressure. They need to get some offense going. I was expecting a huge first period here from Washington because their lives are on the line.
Hasn't happened. That was the most sustained pressure they've had in about the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game.
Yes, and that one gets sent down there and iced by the Bruins. Now it's starting to that last shift was reminiscent of the first couple. But Washington's got to get it moving, get it going.
Yeah.
Here. They need a lead in this game. Washington cannot afford to be playing from behind. They really need to get out and get a lead in this game if they're going to keep their season going here.
Exactly. That's what we talked about right at the very beginning, that Washington's built to be playing from in front, not chasing the game. And that's exactly what Boston has them doing right now, is chasing the game.
Move now. Grizzlick up the wall. Taken out. Back to neutral ice. Jensen leaves it. Washington trying to bring it back in. It's too far in front of Sprong, though. Rask paddles it to the corner. Now up the sideboards here. Tom Wilson with a shot that goes wide, glove side. Kept in at the point, though, by Washington. Long shot there, ends up wide of Rask. We've got less than 7 minutes now to go in the first period. Moved up there and cleared out by the Bruins. Kuznetsov trying to bring it back in. He'll dump it deep. Grizzlick lets him go. Checks him along the boards, but Kuzi keeps the puck moving. Capitals with it now in the offensive zone. Getting the cycle game down in the corner. Trying to find it. Bruins trying to work it out. They're able to move it to the middle here. Ritchie with a nice play to Coyle. Too far in front, though. But he was able to clear the zone. And the Caps have to go back now and regroup in their own end.
This is the most sustained pressure now the Capitals have had in the last couple of minutes here of the game. They're actually starting to get the cycle game going here a little bit and keeping the puck in the zone here with a little bit of forechecking.
Absolutely. As Caps at the neutral zone, Ovechkin backhands it in deep. They'll go in on the forecheck here. Anthony Mantha against Tenorti. Tenorti can't move the puck quick enough. Almost stolen there by the Capitals. And there now Dillon's able to keep it in at the blue line. Bruins, they've got to get the puck out if they have the opportunity. Craig Smith does a nice job there, chipping it back to the neutral zone. Now here's Krejci. Drop pass for Hall. Taylor Hall moves it to the middle. Up into the play now. Clifton with a long shot. Pad save by Samsonov. Caps able to clear it out. Clifton tries to glove it down. Doesn't really get a good piece of it. Bruins get it back, though, in the neutral zone and now into the offensive end. Krejci's going to curl back, looking for a passing lane. He just turns it over. It's stolen there by Ovechkin. End of a shift, though. Backstrom
going off
now, and the Bruins get possession back, and Ovechkin heads off for the change, as will Backstrom. New line out there for the Capitals. Bruins dump it back in. Carlson back to play it for Washington. Along the sideboards, Curtis Lazar able to steal it. Sent in front, just not able to get a stick on it, and the Caps find the rebound and clear. Here comes Washington now. Daniel Sprong with a shot. Big save there with the shoulder by Rask. Sprong still with it, though, up the sideboards. Back to the point.
That's another shot on goal
out
there.
of the zone. Wagner now sends it down deep behind Samsonov. Corrali and Wilson into the corner. Both teams trying to come away with possession. Wilson does. Caps move it to the middle, and they're up and out. 4:37 to go in the first period. Chance now here for Washington. Shot there. That one goes high off glass, just over the bar. Capitals, though, still on the attack here. This is the pressure I was expecting to see from Washington.
Yeah, coming into the later half of the game here, they've been playing a little bit more down on the other end of the game here and trying to get the shots more close to even now.
As we get another bit of a scrum here as Rask makes a save and covers that one. And we have Kuznetsov and Grizzlick and McAvoy and Hathaway locking up, but they separate quickly and peacefully. And we should have an offensive zone draw coming up here for the Washington Capitals after this commercial break. Down now about 5 or so minutes to go here in the first, and we are still scoreless. Evan, what is going on? Clara, welcome to the stream. Spaghetti, welcome into the chat. Chris, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks
Appreciate everybody
for
in the
hopping
chat.
on.
Welcome in,
Yep.
everyone. We've got Game 5 action between the Bruins and the Capitals. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I'm here. Special guest on tonight's stream is Steele from Steel Flyers. His channel is linked down in the description if you would like to check him out. And he has some great content on his channel. And would really mean a lot if you guys could hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of every team are welcome and wanted here. I'm going to be streaming all playoffs long, so
Yeah, man.
it's going to be a really fun next few months here. Miller Tim, as far as I know, is day-to-day. He's not able to play tonight, but he could be back, depending on how he progresses from that injury. I think he's just listed as day-to-day at this point.
Yes, he is. Right now, Colorado is 3-2. Empty net. There's a minute 48 left to go. Colorado's on the power play. It looks like this game here is a minute 48 away from being over.
And Colorado with a chance to pull off the sweep there. CL, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Blues with a double minor, Red Rubber says. That game's over then.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, then, yeah. Okay, well, so much for the Blues. They tried to make it fun there, but...
Yeah, Tim, they don't really give injury updates in the playoffs. They're not going to say how long someone's actually going to be out most of the time, unless they're out for the entire playoffs. Then they'll say that, but... they're not going to give detailed updates on Miller's injury. He'll just come back at some point or won't.
Right.
But they're not going to tell anybody really anything other than day to day or week to week.
Right. Unless you get suspended.
Well, yeah, but that's not an injury. That's different. That's not an injury keeping you out of the lineup.
That's straight up there.
We got 4 minutes remaining in the first here. Still scoreless. Capitals on the forecheck in the offensive zone. Bruins move it up though. Here comes Boston. Pastrnak dumps it in. Marchand goes after it against Carlson. Sent in front there. Not able to get it through. And we got a stoppage here. And it looks like a penalty against Brad Marchand. He's taken a lot of penalties in this series. And he just picks up a roughing call here against John Carlson down in the corner. That's going to give the Capitals another power play opportunity here.
Yeah, especially now that the Capitals have evened up the shots here. Especially in the latter part of this first period here. So, yeah, that's not exactly a smart call there for Mr. Marchand.
So the Caps get a chance with the man advantage here. Mario, what is going on? Welcome. Beantown Breakdown. Bobby is in the chat. What is going on? Welcome. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that's not a good penalty to take there, Mr. Marchand. You probably shouldn't have done that one.
And cleared right off of the face-off there by Charlie McAvoy and all the way down. Hayden, the drink is so Pink Whitney, which is pink lemonade vodka mixed with regular lemonade. Just put those two together. About 1/4 Pink Whitney, 3/4 lemonade. Fantastic, great summer drink. And it was 90 here today, so it was definitely summer.
Yeah, it was 91 here today too, and I drink water. So there you go.
We're down a minute and a half left on the power play here for Washington. They haven't really been able to establish any offensive zone time here for any sustained length. Yeah, and that's cleared right back out again by the Bruins penalty kill. First 50 seconds of this power play is gone. Under 3 minutes now remaining in the first.
Boston's meeting them right there at the blue line, and it's not allowing them to get into the transition game and not allowing them to get set up.
Taken now. XGN. Pink Whitney's my favorite drink. Absolutely love it. I drink that stuff by the bottle. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Taken now.
4-2 now, Colorado over St. Louis.
So they finished that series off then, and that's moved out here by the penalty kill here of the Bruins.
Yeah. Looks like Capitals are going to probably get another shot on goal here, maybe, and try to get even here.
They're back in their own zone now. 20 seconds remaining on the power play.
It's like as soon as they
Colorado up
get set up,
4-2.
yeah, as soon as they get set up, man, Boston's able to be right there and is able to take care of things and get it out of the zone. Can't even get it back into the zone now
Nope,
here.
sent all the way down there. And that is going to do it for the power play as that one comes to an end. Capitals not able to get anything going on the man advantage there, and another kill for Boston. We're down now to 1:35 remaining in the first period. Here comes Washington now up through the neutral zone, back into the Bruins end. Bruins send it right back out. Coming up ice now into the offensive end. Boston looking to get in on the attack. Loft to the corner there. Krejci able to take a swing but not get a piece of it. Back behind the net. Pastrnak comes in. Cycling now. Sent in front. Krejci deflects in on Samsonov and he makes another big save. Tell you, Samsonov's made some big time saves in the first period.
He's really been keeping them in this game here, man. It probably should be like 2-0 already. Capitals are only able to generate one shot on goal there with that whole power play.
Yeah, no, it's not been a great man advantage for Washington yet in this game as their 2 power play chances haven't looked that good. And that one gets gloved by Rask on a shot from the point. 55 seconds left in the first period. Colorado has completed the sweep over the St. Louis Blues 4-2 in game number 4 here. That game goes final, and the series now is 4-0. Colorado wins, and Colorado is the first team to move on to the second round of the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs. Now it's 5-2. Oh boy, another empty netter. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
so that game's over and that series is over. St. Louis, you had a good run to make the playoffs, but you weren't able to do anything in the playoffs.
Riley and Hagelin, man, are jousting. The Capitals in the Boston. Riley and Hagelin have been jousting here in the last little bit. I wouldn't be surprised we see some more fun from those two later.
Shane, what is going on? Anthony, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Capitals back into the Bruins zone here with 30 seconds to go. Ovechkin gets taken down from behind there, and that's going to be another penalty call. Capitals are going to go on the power play again as Craig Smith is getting called for a penalty. And he does not look very happy about that one, but Washington's going to go back to the man advantage here. We'll see if the third time's the charm, but the Caps power play with their first 2 chances were not able to really get anything going there.
You know what though? That really did kind of look like a trip.
Yeah,
though.
He stuck his stick right between his legs.
Yeah.
That was a pretty classic stick between the legs and take him down. Although Ovechkin went down very easily there.
Slightly.
Ovechkin's a much stronger skater than that. Believe me, when Ovechkin wants to stay up. But that was definitely a trip. I mean, he got the stick right between the legs. That's just not a good position to be in.
Exactly. And they're going to call that pretty much 9 times out of 10.
They're going to call that every time. But Ovechkin did. I'm surprised he went down on that like he did because he's a very strong skater. That's, one of the biggest things about him as the penalty or the period ends here. 1:31 of Washington's power play time will carry over into the second period. But we are scoreless here at the end of 1 as we head to the first intermission. And there was definitely some ebbs and flows to that period. I think there were some stretches where Washington was getting some good pressure on, and there were some stretches where Boston was kind of controlling the play and getting pressure. And Samsonov has had to make quite I would say probably 3 or 4 really, really good saves already in this game where they were like A quality saves from Samsonov. Bruins could easily have a couple of goals on the board at this point. Capitals didn't really get a lot of quality chances in on Rask. They had some offensive zone time. They had some forechecking pressure, but they weren't really getting huge quality chances. And I don't know. I was expecting more from Washington with their lives on the line like this. I was expecting a big push from them, and that wasn't as strong of a first period as I thought that they were going to come out and have.
I have to agree with you. We were looking for this to be, Washington kind of, fight for your life. This is it. You're done after this. You would think that you'd come out in that first 10 minutes and be like all over Boston, but they just weren't. And then it just didn't seem like they were getting it going. And then they sort of kind of got it going there towards the end there a little bit. But I think it was aided by the fact that they were on the power play consecutively. Bing, bing, two power plays right in a row here. And now they get another one that's going to bleed into the next period as well too. But they haven't been able to get anything generated. Every time they've been able to get set up, Boston has kept them to the outside.
Yep.
Okay, and Boston's been able to meet them in the transition game through the neutral zone, and that's prevented the Capitals from getting set up or Ovechkin from getting into his office. And I think
Absolutely.
that's been the key for Boston is to keep them from doing that because when you keep Ovechkin off the score sheet, man, that's the way to win.
Absolutely. Hawks Girl, welcome into the stream. Kyle, welcome into the stream. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. We are at the first intermission. Washington and Boston tied up at 0 here. Still scoreless in game number 5. And we're just going to be hanging out in the chat as we await the start of the second period. The Capitals will have about a minute and a half of power play time to start the second. But they haven't really generated much with their power plays yet. So this is their third power play already of the game. We'll see what they can do to start the second period, but their first two did not look very good.
They only generated one shot on goal in their last power play,
Yeah.
and the previous power play before that was only one shot on goal for that one as well too.
And they're not getting in the puck in the offensive zone, for any length of time. Like Boston's clearing it right out very quickly for the most part.
Exactly. Boston's been able to have more of the sustained pressure and cycle the puck a little bit better down in the Capitals end, more so than what the Capitals have been able to do in Boston's side. And that I think as long as Boston can continue to do that and keep Ovechkin and Washington to the outside like they've been and not allowing them to get set up, then I think this is Washington or Bruins game to lose.
Yeah, they're showing the shot totals. Washington actually outshot the Bruins in that period. Did anything about that period make you feel like the Capitals outshot the Bruins? Because I'm surprised to see the Caps with more shots because the quality chances definitely heavily favored Boston.
I'd have to agree with you on that one for sure. That's a bit surprising, but then again, I think it might have had something to do with
the power plays at the end.
Boston
probably
being on the power play on the end there, and they were able to generate 2 shots with those power plays there as well too. So, quick little update here: Edmonton 0, Winnipeg 0, 14:40.
Oh yes, that game started. I got to update
14:40 in the first. 14:32 in the first 0-0.
Does Connor McDavid finally get a point tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what. If Winnipeg holds him back to 0 points and they win again, then I think it's probably going to be the end of Edmonton for this year.
This is a must-win game for the Oilers. They cannot go down 3-0. This is a must-win game for the Oilers.
That would be putting it mildly, I would say. That was like when the game started, some of the games started, that was a must-win game for Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go down 3-1 to Carolina, going back to Carolina, that's...
How about Nashville? I mean, that series was supposed to be quick, and they've went down 0-2, but they've come right back on home ice and tied that series right back up at 2, and really are giving a big time test here to the Carolina Hurricanes in round number 1.
I'll tell you what, man.
Oilers just scored. Leon Draisaitl.
Soros for Nashville has been really the key for Nashville. And the fact that Nashville has been able to answer everything that Colorado's done. Yep. When Colorado scores, Nashville's been able to come right back to score.
This is big here for Edmonton. They needed this.
Oh, boy,
Connor McDavid, pass out to the point. He'll get a secondary assist on this. Draisaitl with the goal. That's McDavid's first point. I think it might have been, it was either Nurse or Barry. I saw it too on who shot that in from the point.
Oh, boy.
It might have been Nurse. But anyway, Draisaitl gets the goal here for Edmonton. They go up 1-0 over Winnipeg, and that's the start that the Oilers needed. That is the start that they needed.
They needed it 2 games ago. But yeah, this is the start that they kind of needed, especially with the prolific offensive prowess that the Edmonton Oilers possess. You would think that they would be all over this. Apparently, we were wrong.
Josh thinks that the Caps are getting eliminated tonight. We will find out over the next two periods, or maybe overtime, but probably, hopefully, over the next two periods. Lucas, any player can be captain of the team. It doesn't matter what position you play.
Yeah.
Goaltenders are not allowed to be captains at the NHL level because, well, they can't wear a letter. I mean, there are a lot of times leaders on the team, but they can't wear a letter at the NHL level. But
Really?
they
Why?
because they can't, because the captain's job is to go and talk to the refs when there needs to be discussions, and they don't want the
Goalies
goaltenders.
can't leave.
They
Yeah, all
can't come
right.
out of the net, so they're not
Okay.
allowed to wear a letter in the NHL. But in college and at lower levels, I believe that they are, and any position can be a captain, really.
Okay. Yeah. I was unaware of that little thing there with the goalies. I mean, it makes
Coffee.
sense.
Oh my god, that is wicked funny. My girl says Connor McDavid can have a point on her anytime. What does she mean by that? Should I be worried? Coffee, that is funny. That is funny. I don't think you have to be worried, but she definitely means something by that, bro. For sure. Let's see. What else? Did I miss anything? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Peter said Caps not playing like they are facing elimination. I very much agree with that in the first
Yeah.
period, Peter. And then Austin, kind of adding on to that, says a team going into a game down 3-1. What's your mindset? Because it doesn't seem like the Caps are putting in enough of an effort. I agree. My mindset, if I'm down 3-1 in a series, is to go out and win the first 10 minutes and then go out and win the first period. Like, you have to go all out at the beginning of that game to try and get a lead and put yourself in a position to win. I thought we were going to see a much bigger push from the Capitals in that first period than what we did.
That's exactly right, and that's exactly why I don't think that that's why I don't think they're going to have a chance. I mean, they didn't have that 10-minute push that we thought we were going to see from them. Even when they were on the power play, they still weren't able to get set up. They haven't been able to have good sustained pressure. They've turned the puck over in the neutral zone. Boston has played very well as far as pressuring, as far as in the transition game and taking over and keeping the Capitals from doing anything in front of Rask. I mean, they limited the number of shots. The only time they were able to get any kind of decent shots was on the power play. I mean, I agree, man. It just seems like the Capitals just don't look like they're playing for their lives here. Like
Yeah.
they're okay with golfing tomorrow.
I don't know, maybe the second period will get that push, but I was expecting it in the first, and we really didn't see it. But
Exactly.
Porter, go Caps! Welcome in Will, Brad, Joshua. Welcome into the stream. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Joshua, I don't know. That Islanders Penguins series is tied up at 2. That's still anybody's series. I'll be doing Game 5 of that series tomorrow night. That's going to be a lot of fun. I really couldn't tell you who's going to win that series. I think that was a big win in Game 4 for the Islanders, and they have a legitimate shot here to upset the Penguins, and Pittsburgh pretty much needs to come out and win Game 5. That's going to be a really fun one. Valentino, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here.
I agree. I was not expecting anything to be, you know what I mean? It's just, but man, I'll tell you what. The Islanders played really, really well against Pittsburgh the other night.
Yep.
To be able to tie that series up. And so this has turned out to be quite the series here where weren't quite. I mean, was a little bit more expecting Pittsburgh to come out and be a little bit more, I guess, dominant.
Dominant, yeah.
Yeah, and they just really haven't. I mean, they've played well, but I think the Islanders have then played well as well.
Yeah, that's why it's always hard for me to doubt a Barry Trotz team in the playoffs, because even if they don't have a great regular season, or if they struggle during a stretch during the regular season, you know that when they get to playoff time, they know how to play playoff style hockey.
The switch comes on,
and Ilya
yeah.
Sorokin in net for the Islanders has been awesome. Varlamov really hasn't played all that well. He's let in some really weak goals. Sorokin has been incredible.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think that's been the thing there, where they've actually had him step up now and has kind of taken that lead role, where Varlamov hasn't. He's kind of you're right. He let in some easy goals, and so got to go with the guy who's winning you the games, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorokin's your hot goaltender. You got to go with him.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Go with him. Yeah, for
Chance,
sure.
welcome in. Thank you for being here. Jack, welcome in. Thank you for watching. Craig, welcome to the stream. Chance says, as a Blues fan who just watched his team get swept, where do you think they went wrong? I mean, I just think that they're not as good of a team as the Colorado Avalanche. They were just flat out outmatched by the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, you only have the roster that you have in a season, and I don't think the Blues have a roster that can beat the Avalanche in a playoff series. Now, they did not play all overly well in many of those games, and I think that's why they got swept rather than losing in a, like 6 or 7 game series or something like that, because O'Reilly did not have a very good series. Schwartz, Shen, the Blues top guys did not have a good series.
Exactly.
And that's what led to it being a sweep. But I just think the Avalanche are a better team than the St. Louis Blues.
Exactly. Bennington stood on his head. He did everything he possibly could, but the Colorado was just too much for them. Yep. O'Reilly didn't step up and be the playoff person that he was. Shen only had limited points. I mean, O'Reilly only had limited points too, but their top line guys didn't produce. And Colorado was just too much for them. So that's exactly what I think was going on with St. Louis. They're a good team. They have they should be thankful for the season they had this year. You know what I mean? But better luck next year, and we'll catch you. There's too many injuries and too much issues going on there with St. Louis this year, and I think they just kind of ran out of gas. And then they also ran into the juggernaut of Colorado. I think it would have been a different series if they would have matched up against Minnesota instead of Colorado. So
let's see what we got here. Well, Christopher, we're gonna find out, because it looks like Vegas is gonna be the team playing Colorado in the second round. So we're gonna get that Vegas Colorado head-to-head matchup coming up, and I think whichever team wins that head-to-head matchup has a very good shot of going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Whether it's Vegas or whether it's Colorado, whoever wins between those two, I think has a very good shot of going to the finals. Edmonton is leading the Jets now 2-0.
2-0.
So that's really what the Oilers needed to do tonight, is get a lead, and they really need to win that game. Cannot afford to go down 3 games to none.
Yeah, that would probably have spelled the end, I think.
Yeah.
For Edmonton, if they had gone down 3 games to none here on this one. So yeah, for sure. The other thing too is I was not expecting the Colorado series to go quite as quickly as it did, but then again,
I had Avs in 6 in that one. And,
but then again, there's a series out there that I thought was going to be a little quicker, is probably not going to go as quick. It is the Carolina-Nashville series.
Definitely.
As it appears that this is going to go more than a couple games here as well, too.
Absolutely. Nashville clawing their way back to tie that up at 2. Lamario, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Chance had a question about Tarasenko. I want to pull up Cap Friendly to see his contract because I think for Tarasenko to leave, Tarasenko still has 2 years beyond this one on his contract, and he has a no trade clause. So, Tarasenko would have to be traded for him to leave the St. Louis Blues, and it would have to be a trade that he would agree to because he does have a no trade clause. So I think it's very, very likely that Tarasenko remains a St. Louis Blue through the end of or at least through next season. When you get into the final year, maybe you think about trading him off. But unless there's a deal out there this offseason, I think the Blues will keep Tarasenko because he's still under contract for a couple more years.
Plus, he missed a significant amount of time this year with being out on injury. So being able to have him back in the lineup and then have him with a fresh start next year, and from what all accounts is that it's going to be more of a normal year with an 82-game season and starting off in October like it's normally supposed to.
Yes. Jacob, what is going on? Mario, welcome into the stream. John, welcome in. Thank you guys for being here. For the Capitals to have any chance to come back and win this series, Craig, they need a lot more. They need a lot more out of John Carlson. They need a lot more out of Nicholas Backstrom. They need a lot more. They need something out of Anthony Mantha, who's done nothing in this series. The Capitals
they need more from Ovechkin.
They need more from their best players. Have not been good enough in this series, and that is why they are down 3-1. And
exactly.
Unless all those top guys for the Capitals are gonna really bump their game up a couple of notches if this team's gonna be able to come back.
I think there's only been 2 teams that have come back from being down 3-1 in the last 15 years. I know that the Flyers.
I think it's more than that.
I think the Flyers did it against Boston. They were down 3-1 in 2012 or 2010.
No, there's been quite a few. Coming back from 3-1 is not impossible. It's very difficult, but it's not impossible. It's probably like a 10 to 15% chance of winning at that point.
Right.
Austin just became a member. Thank you, Austin, so much. Really, really appreciate it. Star membership for Austin Rogers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please get that new member hype in the chat. We have also just dropped the puck for the second period. We are underway. And
yeah, man. Here we
go. It was a minute and a half to start. NBC's, they've had so many issues with their clock in these playoffs so far. Their power play clock is not moving on NBC, but Washington does have some leftover power play time here.
They should have 30.
About a minute or so left on it. They started the period with 1:31 of power play time, but the clock hasn't moved on NBC, so somebody didn't click the right button, I guess.
We know that there's probably about a minute, half a minute gone. There's about a little bit more than a minute left in the power play here.
Yes.
It's always, you got to come out.
Christopher, who were the Capitals down 3-0 to in 2018? They went down 0-2 to Columbus in the first series, but they made it 2-2 and ended up winning in 6. They won 4 straight after going down 0-2.
Okay.
Who'd they go down 3-0 to? Because then they had the second round series was against Pittsburgh, and then they beat the Lightning in 7 in the conference finals in 2018.
Right. 3 of 19.
I don't think they were down 3-0 to Tampa Bay. Definitely not.
Right. Capitals 3 of 19 on the power play in this series so far.
The last team that came back from down 3-0 in a series, I believe, was the LA Kings in 2014 when they reverse swept the San Jose Sharks. And then before that, it was the Philadelphia Flyers against the Bruins in 2010.
Right, that was 3-1. Down 3-1. Or 3-0.
They were they had a 3-0 series lead.
Yeah. And then in the fourth game, they were down 3-1 in that fourth game too. And in the last like minute or the last period and a half, they came back to win that game. So
Taken here. Big blast there. That one from Kuznetsov goes up and out of play. We're going to get a whistle. The power play's definitely over by now. Hockey girls, what is going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. I am pretty sure they were not, Christopher. I'm going to...
yeah, the power play's over here, and they get a little bit of setup time here, but they just still...
2018 NHL Eastern Conference Finals. It was a 7-game series, but it was not a reverse sweep. It was not a reverse sweep. That's just not what happened.
Okay.
Washington literally won games 1 and 2 of that series. Washington had a 2-0 series lead, then lost 3 straight, but then won game 7.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, they won game 6 and 7. They were up 2-0 in the series, then they went down 3-2 after losing 3 straight, and then they won game 6 and 7, both by shutout, 3-0 and 4-0. And ended up winning in 7 games. But they were not they literally had a 2-0 series lead. They were not down 0-3.
Wow. Speaking of being not down, this is that series where no team is led by more than 1 goal for any particular length of time here. And that pushback that we were looking for with the Capitals at the beginning of the game, it seems like we're seeing it here at the beginning of the second period.
Pastrnak, and he cuts to the net and scores! The first goal of the game belongs to David Pastrnak, and the Bruins have a 1-goal lead.
And there you have it, folks. First blood has been drawn. How about that?
1-0 Boston as David Pastrnak gets the puck high in the offensive zone, walks through the D, goes around Dowd and Jensen, cuts to the front of the net.
Right through the wickets, man.
And then pulls it around the pad of Ilya Samsonov and puts it home. David Pastrnak with a gorgeous goal cutting to the net. And the Bruins go up 1-0 here in the second period.
I think they're looking at it to see if anybody was offsides. I don't think that's going to be the case. But what a beautiful goal there by Pasta.
Chris with the 5. Thank you so much. Let's get that dono hype in the chat for Chris. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Capitals trying to answer quickly. Rask with a big save. Out from behind the net now. Bruins move it up. Not even 3 minutes into the second period yet. Boston back into the offensive zone. Thank you so much, Chris. Really, really appreciate it. 17 minutes left here in the second period. Bruins trying to keep it in the offensive end. And right back in now, DeBrusk. Riley jumping into the play. Riley catches an edge and goes hard into the end boards awkwardly there down in the corner. Hopefully he's okay. DeBrusk has to bring it back in there. Rips his shot off. That one goes wide, blocker side on Samsonov. Back out to the neutral zone now. Capitals, Daniel Sprong with it into the offensive end. Drop pass from Mantha. And a big save there by Rask on the long shot from Mantha. 16:34 to go here in the second period. Boston with the 1-0 lead. Capitals out shooting them 15-10. But Boston, David Pastrnak, able to break the ice and get the first goal of this one.
Yeah, it looks like DeBrusk was able to get off the ice on that play there. So he's a little bit discomfort, but I think he's going to be good.
Christopher, I'm not sure. Did anybody do it last year? I know the Sharks did it in 2019, but I'm not sure. I don't remember off the top of my head if somebody did it last year. I'll have to go and I'd have to do some research on that to know for sure. AJ, what is going on? Jason, Jeff, Frankie, Plump, welcome in everybody to the stream. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Really, really, really appreciate it. Joshua, I think Tampa Bay finishes that series against Florida probably in the next game. Tampa has been the much better team in that series.
Yeah, I have to agree. That was not exactly what I was selecting, but
we got a penalty here, a slashing call against the Capitals, and the Bruins are going to get a power play opportunity. Caps
How
have
about
had
that?
3 in this game. The Bruins, this is, I believe, their second
One, yeah.
second power
Yeah.
play chance here. Daniel Sprong heads to the box.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting now to see what happens here with this one because they weren't really able to do too much in their first one. So we'll see how they do here on the second one.
Yo, Mark just dropped a 50 bomb on the stream. Mark, you are an absolute
Whoa.
legend. Thank you,
Whoa.
thank you,
Thank
thank you. He
you.
says,
Wow.
love the streams, guys. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much, Mark. Everybody, please get some dono hype for Mark in the chat. Thank you,
Wow.
thank you, thank you. That is unreal.
Wow. Thank you. Wow. That's awesome, dude. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. See, man, that's what happens when you get the GOAT. You got the greatest of all time right here, man. Thank you all very much. He is the man.
All right, thank you, Bennington. So Sharks were the most recent team to come back from 3-1 down and win a series. That was San Jose in 2019. So the Bruins here trying to bring it into the offensive end. That one gets stolen there, though, by the Capitals, and they send it back out. McAvoy has to go back and regroup. 1:10 remaining on the power play. 15:20 left in the second period. Bruins have the 1-goal lead.
No shots on goal here with this power play from Boston.
No, the power plays for both teams not looking great in this game so far. Haven't gotten a whole lot going. Here's a chance for the Bruins. So that one just goes wide. Caps are going to get to it, and they're going to be able to clear. Tom Wilson up ice now. Brought into the offensive zone. That one goes up and gets deflected out of play. We'll have a face-off coming up here in the Bruins zone. They've got 43 seconds of power play time left. We're on just under 15 minutes to go here in the second period.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Boston's been able to get set up there, and it looks like Capitals have been able to make sure that they don't get set up by beating them to the puck.
Yeah, both penalty kills so far in this game for both of these
Played
teams
really
have
well.
played very, very well.
Exactly. Not allowing teams to get set up, keeping them to the outside. And that's what you got to do, man.
Oh,
Especially
bad
during the
turnover here,
playoffs.
though, by John Carlson. Taylor Hall on a break. Gets behind, and he flubs the backhand shot.
Oh,
Cross-ice
boy.
pass, so Coyle. Bruins setting up now in the offensive zone. Back to Hall on the half boards. Into the middle there, Craig Smith. That shot gets blocked. The Capitals are able to clear it all the way down.
Man, that was an amazing try right there on that one, boy. Holy moly. That's how you do it, boy. You got to finish that off, though. Great save, though. Great play there, getting the puck out there.
The offensive zone. David Pastrnak has the goal, Sean. Dumped in here by Hall as the power play time runs out. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey, and that might be the best thing for the Bruins.
Yeah, really? Get back to 5-on-5, yeah.
Even strength here. Shot there. Long shot from Hathaway. Rask makes the save. And he covers that one up here with 14:02 to go. In the second will be an offensive zone faceoff for the Capitals after this one. Oh, man, that puck. Right as Hall was trying to go forehand, backhand, that puck bounced up off the ice. Yep. Went right over the blade of his stick.
Oh, my. 39 seconds left to go here in the first for Edmonton. 2-0 on Winnipeg.
Yeah, Edmonton really needs to win this game, and they are off to a good start against the Jets. Fire Strike, what is going on, bro? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. I imagine that the Edmonton game is probably at the end of the first period by now.
Yes, they are at the end of the first. Yeah.
So they'll be going into the second there. Edmonton has got to try and get back into that series with a big win tonight. Here, the Bruins are able to move that puck out, bring it into the offensive zone. Samsonov plays it up the wall. DeBrusk on the forecheck, though. Caps trying to clear their end. Getting some trouble, but finally able to move it up. Bruins have to take it back now in the neutral zone. Corrali back into the offensive end. Sends it down deep. Justin Schultz plays it. Caps trying to go back up the boards. Corrali goes down to block it, but the Capitals are able to work it through. 13:25 to go in the second period. Caps playing for their season. Long shot there, and that one gets covered by Rask with the glove. And we'll get another face-off here in the offensive zone for Washington coming up. 13:21 remaining in the second. Bruins have the only goal of the game so far. It was a gorgeous goal from David Pastrnak to put them up 1-0. And that has been the only tally of this one so far as we had to commercial break here in the second.
It's been their only shot on goal this period so far as well, too,
Yeah.
where Washington's been able to outshoot them here 7-1. That one shot being the goal that they were able to get, but they haven't had any shots since then, and they haven't had any really before that either. So that's kind of worrying here. Boston needs to get a little bit more rubber on net here because obviously the goaltender for the Capitals has been playing well, but the more shots, the better chance.
Absolutely, but second period action here, getting towards the middle portion of this game, and the Bruins are, if they're able to win this one, they finish up round one here very, very early in a 5-game series, and they move on to the second round. Capitals, they're playing for their lives, and you would expect a big pushback from them, and at least some desperate play from Washington to try and keep their season going here.
It seems like there's been more of it this period than there was in the first period, and it still doesn't even. It still seems like it's been like metered, like it
Yeah,
doesn't feel like it's like the full on
that
like
all-out push.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you know what? I bet you if going into the third period here
If
and
they're
Boston's
down,
carrying a lead, yeah,
you're going to see like straight pinching the defenseman, rushes up ice, just going to be all out trying to get those goals for sure.
you would think anyway.
All Boston sports fan, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here as we come back from commercial break. Bruins with the 1-0 lead in the game and the 3-1 lead in the series. We are just coming back here. It's going to be an offensive zone faceoff for the Washington Capitals.
Yeah,
Really,
man.
really appreciate everybody watching. Thank you guys all so much for being here. It would mean a lot if you could hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of every team are welcome here. Steven with a 2. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Please get some dono hype in the chat for Steven. Dropping a 2 on the stream.
Woo,
Much,
thank
much
you.
appreciated.
Thank you all very much for your donations. They are not expected, but we very much appreciate them. That's what keeps it rolling here, guys.
Very, very much appreciated. Taken now. Capitals keep it in the offensive zone. Eller with a hit there. Common sense. What is going on? Welcome to the stream. Fallon, welcome into the chat. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Caps here looking to equalize the game. Oshie and can't get a Rask gets a glove on it before Oshie can get a stick on it, and he's going to cover it up. We'll have a line change here for both teams, and the Caps are going to get another offensive zone face-off here. Jamie, what is going on? Welcome into the stream. Thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it.
Thank you all very much for coming. We all very much appreciate you being here.
This is a legendary stream tonight, Chris. Absolutely. It's been a lot of fun, and we're not even halfway through this game yet. It's going to be a great finish. This one, won back by Washington, looking for the tying goal. Stolen, though, by the Bruins. Here comes Taylor Hall into the offensive end. Through his legs. Good poke check there, though, by Justin Schultz. Schultz sends it up the boards, but not out of the zone. Kept in at the point there. Long shot, save there. Samsonov gets a piece. Capitals coming back the other way now through the neutral zone into the offensive end. Kuznetsov gets knocked down. Bruins take the puck and clear it back. We're getting some end-to-end rushes here as the Bruins bring it now into the Capitals zone. They're going to send it to the half boards. Taylor Hall has it. He gets knocked down from one of the Capitals there, but Tenorti's long fluttering shot from the point goes high. Bruins trying to get it cycled in the offensive end. 12 minutes to go here in the second period now. Not able to clear. Washington. Bruins keep it in. Back to the point. Riley, long shot blocked on the way through. Good defensive play there. Set up the boards now.
That's been the only thing here going on with Washington. They've been able to still play very defensively. They haven't really allowed any shots on goal yet.
Taken now. Moved up. Bad pass there. Stolen. Here comes Washington. Rask makes the big save as Kuznetsov rips one from fairly far out there. And Rask is going to stop that 9 out of 10 times, and he does there. 11:36 to go here in the second period. And the Bruins are maintaining this 1-goal lead on the goal from David Pastrnak.
Yeah, they had a point-blank shot there a little bit to get a shot on goal there, but it just seems like Washington now is kind of taking more of the territorial play here, out shooting Boston. Looks like they got 8 shots to 2 here in this period.
Yeah, it's been Bruins haven't gotten a whole lot in on Samsonov, but they scored the goal on one of those two shots, and that's the difference in the game right now. So that was an icing call here against the Bruins. We're gonna get another attacking zone draw coming up for the Caps. So they look to tie this game up, down by 1 here in the second period. We are moving towards the halfway point of this game as that faceoff is won. Chara throws it right in on Rask, and he has to cover it. We'll basically just redo that faceoff just 4 seconds later. 11:25 to go now in the second period.
Yeah.
Lucas, what is going on? Welcome. Implicit's in the chat. Welcome in, guys. Thank you guys all so much.
You see how many
for
people are in
watching.
the chat, man? There's like 150 people watching.
Yeah, it's awesome. Nothing like playoff hockey. Really, really appreciate everybody being here as this one gets moved. Ovechkin keeps it in, though, at the blue line. Carlo now with Mantha all over him. Ovechkin comes in and lays a big hit on Carlo, who moves the puck. Up and out now. Bruins clear. Corrali through the neutral zone. Sent ahead for Lazar. Lazar into the corner. Takes a hit from Jensen. Wagner coming in to help out as well with exactly 11 minutes to go. Puck's down behind the Capitals net. 2 guys from the Bruins, 3 Capitals, and they're going to whistle that one down as the puck was just covered up along the boards there. They had a pile of bodies on it, and they just whistle it dead because the puck was frozen. And that is going to lead to another stoppage here. Things getting a little choppy with the play as there's been quite a few whistles here over the past couple of minutes.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's getting a little bit more intense. This is the pushback I think we were looking for from Washington now. I think we're seeing in this second period here instead of seeing it in the first like we thought we were gonna, but now we're seeing it now.
I'm covering the entire NHL, Gallows. I cover the whole league on this channel, so it's not any one team, it's the entire NHL. I do as many games as I can.
Especially during the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're on almost every other night, man. That's great.
Taken now. Capitals with a chance. Rask makes the save there. Back behind the net. Clifton moves it up. 10.5 to go now in the second. Moved here. Bruins out of the zone into the offensive end. Here comes Charlie Coyle with Ritchie and DeBrusk jumping now into the play. Coyle maintains possession. Sends it back deep behind the net. DeBrusk can't play it cleanly. Gets it on the far side boards. Kept in again by Clifton. Caleb, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Back to the point now. Long shot from Tenorti. That one deflects just wide of Samsonov. And the Capitals get to the puck and clear it out. Exactly halfway through this one. Under 10 minutes now to go in the second period. Bruins holding on to the 1-goal lead. Capitals playing for their season. They have moved it up now. Back to neutral ice. They're going to get fresh legs on as Justin Schultz dumps it in. Rask behind the net. Stops it along the end boards and moves it up to McAvoy. Taken now. Capitals throw it right in past Oshie. And Rask gloves that one and covers it. And we'll get a stoppage here with 9:38 to go in the second period. We're going to head to commercial break. First stoppage with under 10 minutes to go. That isn't a goal or a icing. And that's commercial time here. Boston still up 1-0. Gideon, what is going on? Welcome. Jay, welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. We've got a good one going here in Game 5 between the Bruins and Caps. 1-goal game right now. We'll see if the Caps are able to tie it.
For sure, man. Tuukka Rask has been playing really well. He's been able to face all the shots that Washington's been able to deal with him. He's been able to get square to the shooter and being able to handle everything like that. So even though Washington seems like they're carrying more of the play, they're definitely getting more shots on goal for sure. But Tuukka Rask has been standing tall and been able to take care of everything.
Yeah, he's made all the saves so far. We'll see if that continues. Samsonov has made some massive stops for the Capitals as well. He's had a very strong game, only giving up the 1 goal, and you really can't put that on the goalie. Pastrnak was allowed to walk right through the defense there.
Yeah, just skated right around everybody. And was like,
Samsonov saved at least 2 to 3 Bruins goals that should have probably been goals that he's made spectacular stops on.
Easily.
Sarah is new. Welcome into the stream and welcome to the channel. Sarah, welcome. Really, really appreciate you being here. Great to see you in the chat. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you
Um,
for joining. John covers the entire league. We calls all these games here. Unfortunately, we can't show you the games, but we get to give you the next best thing, which is John calling the games. And I get to be here for a little bit of comic relief and a little bit of analysis. But John's definitely the man, and he's the GOAT. Check him out, subscribe to him, and hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you, Steele. I am joined by Steele from Steel Flyers. Um, his channel is linked down in the description of the video if you'd like to check out his content. He does some good NHL stuff on there, as well as other things, and a really good sports channel. Again, that is in the description as we are back from commercial break here. Capitals in the offensive zone, looking for the equalizer. That spin around shot gets blocked by Boston. They're able to clear it out. Into the offensive end now. Taken here. Almost in for Marchand, but good job defensively by the Caps to shut him down. Not able to clear the zone, however, and the Bruins send it back deep. Eller will try again. Up the boards to Oshie. Oshie to the middle now, and good pass up. Capitals back to the offensive end. Long shot in there. Goes wide of Rask.
Yeah,
Sent
doubled
around
up
now,
on
back.
shots here now, 22 to 11 here with Washington up over Boston.
And there's another
Definitely
long shot
shooting
from Carlson that gets smothered by Rask, and he's going to cover it up with exactly 9 minutes to go. And the Capitals have twice as many shots on goal as the Bruins, but a lot of these shots are coming from a great distance. There's not a lot right in front of Rask. There's not a lot of point-blank chances. These shots, many of them are coming from a long way out, and Rask is going to make the save on those 9 out of 10 times.
Oh yeah, definitely agree. Boston's definitely keeping them to the outside and the perimeter, keeping those shots down as far as that's concerned. And there's been quite a few blocks and things of that nature as well too. So it's just been good to see how they've been trying to take care of things though.
Taken now back to neutral ice. Bruins regrouping. Mike Riley. D to Carlo. Carlo up the boards. Now pass into the middle from the wing to Craig Smith. Bruins enter the offensive zone. Riley trying to jump into the play. He gets it stolen, though, by Anthony Mantha. Krejci comes over and is able to poke it back away from Mantha, though, and he has to regroup behind his own net. Capitals clear it out now to neutral ice. Smith goes back, gets it to Riley. Riley goes back too far in front of Smith, and Carlo has to play it in the corner. Carlo takes a big hit there, but the Bruins move the puck up into the offensive end. Hall gets decked there by Dillon, but keeps possession of the puck and is able to backhand it down deep. Puck's in the corner now. Capitals come away with it. Bruins head off for a line change. 8 minutes to go in the second as the Caps move it up. Still looking for the equalizer in this one. Moved out now. Bruins able to take it, but they're going to be offsides as that puck came over the blue line and Clifton brings it back in. That is going to be a whistle here and a neutral zone faceoff coming up. 7:55 to go in the period.
Yeah, man. Seeing Capitals taking it to him here, man. Definitely out shooting Boston here for sure. But it doesn't seem like they're getting the chances though. Like they're out shooting them, but they just don't seem like they're quality chances though.
They're not high danger chances so
That's
far.
what I
It's
mean.
been a
Yeah.
lot of long distance shots from the Capitals without much traffic in front. And yeah, I was expecting, more offenses. They got a good one here. That was a good chance there for Daniel Sprong, but Rask is able to make the save. Moved out now. Boston with it through the neutral zone. That was a very good chance for the Capitals, but
Yeah, it was.
Rask comes up big again there on Sprong. Down back in now deep. Ritchie and DeBrusque behind the net. To Coyle, who gets shouldered there by Sprong, and the Capitals are able to move it out. Here they come into the offensive end. Here's around the net. Oh, lost off the stick there by Kuznetsov, and that's cleared up and out now again by the Bruins. And the net is off its peg here with 7:17 to go. The referees are going to whistle this down. We'll have a face-off coming up here. 7:17 to go in the second period. Bruins holding on to a 1-goal lead on a goal from David Pastrnak. And that's been the only scoring of this one so far. The goaltenders are doing their job. Sprong with a pretty solid shot there, although it was right at Rask. Didn't really get that to either side of the net. And Rask was able to make the pad stop.
Exactly, and they crashed right into the net there too. So it just seems like Boston is still trying to Still trying to weather the storm here. Like they don't seem like they need to get more up on their skates. They need to take the play more to Boston instead of waiting the Capitals instead of waiting for the Capitals to come to them.
Absolutely, as this one's brought in now by the Bruins. Richie with a shot there. Pad save Samsonov. 7:05 to go in the period. Bruins trying to get set up in the offensive end here. Third line on the ice. Fourth line going to be coming out as they make the line change. Lazar's already there. Taken now by Washington. Trying to move it out of their zone. Matt, what's going on? Jamie, thank you so much. Matt, welcome. Jessica, welcome. Alex, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate all you guys in the chat. I have not played NHL 21 XGN. I don't have the new game. I don't really play video games much, so I haven't played it yet at all. My favorite NHL game is literally still NHL 2004. NHL 14 is a close second, though. That's, I think, the best of like the modern NHL games. NHL 14 is awesome, but 2004 is still my favorite.
Well, there you have it then.
AC, what's going on? Welcome. Matt with the 2. Get that dono hype in the chat. Thank you so much for the 2, Matt. Really, really appreciate it. Get that hype in the chat. Austin, this game is on USA in the United States.
Yes.
It's on USA Network.
Boston seems like they're getting a little bit of a...
And they score! They rip one Patrice Bergeron! Blocker side on Samsonov! And the Bruins take a 2-0 lead with 5:55 left in the second.
I was not expecting that. Not expecting that. Oh my gosh, what a great play.
In the neutral zone, they get the puck back, and Bergeron just walks in and rips it blocker side on Samsonov.
On the 12th shot. On the 12th shot. So they've now Washington's got 24 shots. Boston has 12.
Yep. Chris with the 5. Get that dono hype in the chat for Chris. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Drops a 5 on the stream for that Bruins goal. And they now have a 2-0 lead here late in the second.
Just caught him right
under the blocker.
Yep, right under the blocker. Like he was waiting for it. He was watching and it came right underneath, man. That's one of those goals that you want to, he played so well at the beginning of the game, and this is kind of what's going on now. You know what I mean? Like, man, that's tough to let in those goals like that.
Let's see. Sutton is here. What is going on, Sutton? Welcome. Thank you so much for being in the chat. Really, really appreciate it. Great to see you, my friend. We got 5:34 left in the second period here. Boston is now taking a 2-0 lead over the Capitals. Sean, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, that's Bergeron's third goal here for the series, I think.
I don't remember off the top of my head how many goals he has, but that was a very, very good shot there from the Bruins.
And a very timely goal, too. Very, very timely goal, especially with Washington looking like they've been playing a little bit better and more down on their end than what Boston's been able to do. It's his second goal of the series.
Second goal of the series. And that one got deflected up and out of play. So we're going to have an offensive zone draw for the Capitals, but not until after we come back from this commercial break. Bruins 2, Cap 0, late second period. Final commercial break of the second with about 5 minutes to go here. Caps, season on the line. They're going to need a big, big push here at the end of this period and in the third. We'll see what happens. Tommy, what is going on? Welcome. Nick, welcome into the stream. Coffee's name is Austin. There we go. Austin. Appreciate everybody watching. Thank you guys all so much for being here. We've got Bruins, Caps, 2-0, second period, game 5, 3-1 series lead for Boston, trying to finish it off tonight. And they just need to hold on for another 25 minutes of game action, and they'll have it.
I'm going to tell you something, to be honest with you. With what I've been seeing, the way the Capitals are playing, they just don't seem like they're hungry. It just seems like Boston is the hungrier team.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't seem like Washington is like they're playing to try to keep on playing.
No.
You know what
I
mean?
They're not playing with that sense of urgency that I thought they were going to.
We haven't heard anything out of Ovechkin tonight. We haven't heard anything out of Oshie tonight. We haven't heard anything out of Mantha. We haven't heard anything out of
Have
Backstrom.
I even said Backstrom's name? Like,
No,
maybe once.
you haven't even said Mantha's name. We've barely said Ovechkin's name, right? Okay, so that just goes to show you what Boston's been able to do. Even though the Capitals are out shooting them, they're not getting shots from those guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're not getting shots from Ovechkin and Oshie, and they're getting shots from the defense. They're getting shots from back at the point and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I expected a much bigger effort from the Capitals in this game, and we just haven't seen it yet.
No, really haven't. Was definitely expecting to see it, but just not really seeing it. And here we go.
Back underway here. Bruins dump it deep. Back down behind the net. That's going to be icing, though, against Washington.
This is why Peter Laviolette was brought in here to help the Capitals get over this hump. You know what I mean? And it just doesn't appear like that's what's happened. I mean, they have one of the older teams in the league and one of the more veteran teams in the league, and you would think, okay, well, they've been there, they've done this, and for the most part, this is mostly the same team that won the Cup in 2018. I mean, it just, I don't know, man. They just don't seem like they want it enough.
Getting it in the offensive zone here, trying to crash the net, something they haven't done a lot of in this game. And Rask is able to find it and cover it. And now we got a big scrum in front, but that looks to be breaking up rather peacefully very quickly. 4:56 to go here in the second period. And the Caps, I mean, that's a lot more of what the Capitals need to do is get the puck to the net and crash the net. You're not going to score every goal on a beautiful snipe from the top of the circle. You've got to score a dirty goal here to get back into this game. And the Capitals need to get a lot more bodies to the net like they just did there.
Exactly. That's exactly the only way that they're going to be able to do anything here. And that's how you have to play against Rask anyway. Mm-hmm. You have to get bodies in front of him. You have to do that because otherwise, if he sees everything, he's going to stop it.
Yeah, taken now. Caps setting up in the offensive end. We might be starting to see that urgency now that they find themselves down by 2. Bruins not able to clear. Orlov with a good pass to Carlson. Now down low and back to the point. Caps can't keep it in at the blue line. 4.5 now to go in the second period. Bruins here trying to steal it in the offensive zone. Hall just couldn't maintain possession. Kuznetsov now up through the middle over the red line. Orlov into the offensive end. Wilson takes it from him. Trying to get a backhand in front. He gets checked, though, by Carlo. Capitals, though, still with possession. This is the kind of shift that the Caps need. Carlson with it walking down. Throws it in there on Rask, and he covers it up. Makes a nice chest save, swallowing that up with 4:09 remaining in the period. It'll be another attacking zone draw here for Washington. So, all right. So here's the Capitals putting on some pressure. Here's the Capitals getting guys to the net. This is what they should have been doing from the outset of this game, the puck drop of this game. And now they're not doing it until they're down by 2 late in the second period and in a hole. Like, this is what it should have looked like from literally minute 1 of this game.
Agreed. Not with 4:09 left in the second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're down 2-0 now. You want to start laying it on now? Like, where was this 2 games ago?
That's the difference in a playoff series. That's why one team comes away winning and the other team doesn't. And I mean, we'll see. It's still only a 2-goal game, so this game is not over. With over a period left to go, Capitals have more than enough firepower to have a big third period. But
exactly, but they haven't been. They haven't used it, and it hasn't showed up.
No, they haven't, and. They're just getting outplayed here.
Yeah, I agree. And the only thing that's going well for them is their shots and their face-offs. They've been winning the face-offs, and that's helping them, especially with all these zone draws. And that's what's leading to more and more shots that they're able to take and things like that. But Washington just needs to get more sustained pressure and stop turning the puck over and stop making dumb plays. And you're right, they have the
There's
offensive
another
firepower
neutral
to do
zone
it.
turnover there. Boston bringing it into the offense. Backhand in. Samsonov with a big save there. Another bad turnover in the neutral zone by the Capitals. And it results in a great scoring chance for the Bruins as they're able to split the D and come in and get a backhand shot off. I mean, if Coyle's a left shot there, that might be a very different outcome. He came in and got that on his backhand, being a right-handed shot. If he's a left shot there, that's a
That's
totally
going in, I
different
think.
chance.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's going in. You know what I mean? But I believe somebody fell down. I think that
It was
was who was it?
Oshie.
Yeah,
Oshie
fell
fell
down.
down in the neutral zone and lost the puck, and the Bruins come right in and get a great chance.
Man, you can't be giving that kind of stuff up, especially to Boston when you're down 2-0, man. You can't be doing that. So
Taken
here
now
we
down
go.
low, back to the point to Nordy. Long shot there off glass. Now Coyle in the corner. Trying to move it here, ends up getting it, and the Caps clear the zone. Hathaway now. That line has been very quiet in this game. Hathaway, Hagelin, and Dowd. And that's when the Capitals are playing well, that fourth line is a factor. And they were a factor early in this series. They were very, very noticeable on the ice. They were chipping in offense. That fourth line has been very quiet in this game.
Well,
And
kudos to Boston for shutting them down, though.
Big hit there. Clifton absolutely decks Hathaway down behind the net. Usually that's the other way around. Hathaway tries to get it in here, and that one Rask is able to cover it up, and now we got a scrum going on. We got two guys down. Hathaway and Tenorti behind the net fall down. Dowd grabbed Ritchie there, but it breaks up again rather quickly. 2:41 to go in the second here. Man, I don't know. This Capitals team looks very different in this game, really the past two games, than they did in games 1 and 2.
I agree. Like it's almost like night and day. You know what I mean? Like I can't believe this is the same team that, but then again, it's like what's what we talked about at the beginning. Washington didn't come in looking all that good, and Boston did. Boston had more of the momentum going into the playoffs, and Washington did not.
I mean, games 1 and 2 were, really good games for Washington. I know they lost the second one, and it was a tough overtime game, but it was a very well-played game for both teams. And I don't know, like the Caps team just doesn't have the same energy. They don't have the same push. They don't have the same, just overall boost to their game that they did in the first couple. And it looks like a totally different team. It looks like a tired team. It looks like a tired team.
That's a good way to put it, because we haven't heard Ovechkin's name. We haven't heard Oshie's name. We haven't heard, any of their guys. Hathaway, we haven't heard from nothing. I mean,
here's a shot. That one goes wide. Caps do keep it in here. 2.5 minutes to go in the second period. Back to the point now. D-to-D, John Carlson in front, looking for a deflection in there, and Rask makes the save. Ovechkin throws that in on goal as it was knocked down in front, but Rask is there to make the stop, and with 2:21 left in the second, it is still 2-0 Boston here, and Ovechkin was able to throw that in on net, but Rask in good position. It will be another attacking zone draw here.
Still doubled up on shots, too. Washington's got 28. Boston has 13.
Pokemon Go, second goal was scored by Patrice Bergeron. So yep. Pastrnak had the first one, Bergeron had the second, and those are your two goal scorers for the Bruins here tonight. Mike and Julie, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Down back behind the net now. Taken here, Caps keep it in. Orlov fans on the shot, though. Bruins up and out. Race here, Pastrnak spins around. Carlson makes a good defensive play on him, and Marchand on this pass can't get a real shot off. He does end up just pushing it in on goal. Samsonov covers. 1:51 left in the second. It will be a now offensive zone face-off for the Bruins as the ice flips here. Andrew, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, gonna be interesting here this last minute or so of the game, last 2 minutes of the game on the second period here, and just I don't know if Washington can't score here, like they really need a score to make this fly, but it just seems like Tuukka Rask's been able to take care of everything, and they've never really allowed any seriously A quality chances.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas that's not been the case with Boston. Sorokin's had to make some serious saves against Boston.
Samsonov has made a lot
Or
of stops.
Samsonov. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
he's made a lot
Samsonov.
of big stops for the Caps in this game. I mean, Bruins only have 13 shots, but I would say at least 7 of those shots were high quality chances.
Right.
And
And two
Samsonov
of
has
them,
made
two
some
of the
huge.
13 have gone in.
Yeah, and 2 of those 13 shots have gone in, but Samsonov's made some huge saves in this game.
Agreed.
But
And if it wouldn't have been for those saves from Samsonov, this game would be 4-0.
oh, easily. It would have easily been 4 or 5-0 if
I
Samsonov didn't
agree.
make those big stops, especially the ones in the first.
Exactly. The first part of the game, anyway.
Yeah, the Bruins had some good chances there, and he kept the Caps in it, and he's kept the Caps in it, but they're not making good plays with the puck right now. And, they're able to bring it out Hathaway over the red line, and by the time they get it there, he's tired, and he just dumps it in. Kuznetsov now going in on the forecheck while the Caps make a change. Sent back out now, Caps back to their own line. 30 seconds to go in the second period. Into the offensive end here, Washington looking for a goal, trying to make this a one-goal game again. 22 seconds left now. In the offensive end, back to the point. This would be a huge late period goal for Washington if they could get it, but the Bruins are able to clear the zone.
Yeah.
24K, what's going on? Welcome.
Just not let him get him set up. Boston's able to meet him right there at the blue line and not let him get set up or keep him to the outside.
And that is going to sound the horn as the period comes to an end. We are going to the second intermission. 20 more minutes of action to go. And the Capitals find themselves down 2-0 here to the Boston Bruins in game number 5. And they are going to need a monster third period if they're going to come back into this and win this game and make this a 3-2 series. Otherwise, they are going to be going home if Boston is able to maintain this lead. So,
yeah, I agree.
We are headed now to the intermission, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll be chatting here during the break while we wait for the third to begin. But please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL. So no matter what team you're a fan of, you're welcome and wanted here. I'm going to be streaming all playoffs long, doing as many games as I can. All right, that's Apple Hills. What's going on, Apple Hills?
Yeah, man. Hey, buddy, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go refill the water.
Sounds good, Steele. I am joined on this this show with Steele from Steele Flyers. He is his channel is linked down in the description, and he does some great content on there, NHL and other sports as well. A lot of football there as well. So if you guys would like to check that out, it would be greatly appreciated. Every U.S. team has fans. Hope Glory. Every U.S. team has fans. Capitals window is closing for sure, Austin. This is the oldest team in the NHL by average age, and I think Ovechkin's getting older, Oshie's getting older, Backstrom's getting older, Carlson's getting older. The window is closing. It could be, yes, Jeff. This could be Zdeno Chara's last game. I think there's probably if the Caps lose this game, I think it's a very strong chance that this is Zdeno Chara's last game. I didn't even really think of that going into this, but I don't think he's gonna play next year. I don't think he's gonna have a place, or he's gonna be another year older. I don't know if there's gonna be a team that's gonna want him next season. At 45 years old, I don't know if he's going to even try to play next season. This very well might be it for Zdeno Chara. No, they did win a cup underwater, and I don't think the window's closing this year, but I think over the next couple, for sure. I think they're in a very, there's a lot of teams. These teams that have been good for the last 10, 15 years, it's not going to last. It's not going to last forever. And there's going to be a period there where it's not great. And they're going to have to, if not fully rebuild, retool. And the Capitals are one of those teams that are probably going to have a season or two where they're not in the playoffs to get back to, being a consistently at that level. Capitals did get a cup. 2018. Yeah, I mean, look at the California teams just chilling. I mean, Anaheim was good for a decade plus. LA had 2 Stanley Cups in the early 2010s.
Yeah, man.
And,
they did.
And
San
Jose was good. San Jose was good for how long? And now look at the Sharks. I mean, Washington, Pittsburgh, Boston, all these teams are going to have to go through that. And once the window is closed, that is going to be at least for a little bit, that is going to be where they're at, and they're going to have to get some young talent inserted in there. Without a doubt.
Exactly. When you start getting teams like Washington who are a little older now, you know what I mean? You need some more of those guys to come in there too. The NHL is just getting younger and younger, and the younger talent seems to be playing more of pivotal roles now, especially with some of these teams, because the younger players are able to come in and make more of an impact, with teams. Like, all you have to do is look at Lafreniere. I mean, he played really well with New York. Look at Hughes, has played really well. Hischier has played really well for the Devils. I mean, number 1 draft picks tend to play really, really well for their teams for the most part. I mean, not everybody, but for the most part, they do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to continue to have those young guys in it to come into your lineup to help bolster, to help keep things rolling.
Yeah, I mean, the Rangers they were a great team for a long time with Lundqvist in goal in his prime, and they were good for I mean, geez.
Yeah.
I mean, when Lundqvist came in like 2007-ish, around there, they got really good, and they were good for a decade. And then they went downhill, and they had to rebuild, and they've gone through a couple, some non-playoff years. Chicago, 3 Stanley Cups in the 2010s, and then look what happened there. They've now not made the playoffs a few times, and it's going to happen with every team.
Detroit, all you have to do is look at Detroit. I mean, Detroit was perennially in the playoffs for like the last 30 years, but since
they had 25 straight postseason appearances in Detroit.
That's what I mean.
And then they haven't made it since.
So, I mean, you're going to have, and especially now with the way the league is and with more teams coming in now, you're getting more and more of that parity where you're seeing more and more of the talent being spread out to each and every team now, where each team's got, 2 or 3 household names on it now instead of just one.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, It's good when the NHL can spread out like that, but that tends to keep those dynasties from forming. That tends to keep teams getting really good for very long stretches of times because, free agency. You win a cup, so you win a cup with your team, and now what else do you have left? You want to go move on and see if you can make a cup with another team.
The salary cap also has completely, like, you're not going to see teams winning 4 straight Stanley Cups anymore.
Right.
Like the Islanders were able to do, or I mean, just going back to back is extremely difficult in the modern NHL. But like dynasties like that, you're not really going to see because the salary cap. The better these players are, the more that they win, the more money they want, and you can't fit them all under the cap, and you have to lose. That's what happened to Chicago is they lost half their team because they couldn't afford to keep everybody. So they could keep Kane and Taves and Keith, but they had to let a bunch of that supporting cast go, and then they were only a top-heavy team, and they didn't have enough of that support. And you have to have a full team to win the Stanley Cup. You're not going to win a cup with a very top heavy team.
Exactly.
It doesn't work that way. You have to have depth, and you have to have really good secondary players around those top
I mean,
guys.
all you have to do is look at Tampa Bay. The fact that Tampa Bay won it last year and have been able to basically continue with the situation with keeping most of that team together. Now, this coming off season and this coming year, that's going to have to blow up because
Mm,
they're at that spot now where we talked about, where they've got players now that have won that are due raises,
yeah,
and they don't have the
they
money
don't have the money.
to
Someone's going.
pay, right, to pay.
Multiple players are going because they I mean they had the luxury of Kucherov being on the LTIR all season, which really saved them like $9 million. Like that's the only reason
Exactly.
they were able to even stay close to cap compliant. Whereas now, if you can't have Kucherov or Stamkos on LTIR, that team's got to get rid of at least one or two guys.
And because of Stamkos going down before the trade deadline, they were able to go out and get some more players to help bolster their team because his salary came off the books and now suddenly they had some money to play with. So they are really in deep doo-doo when it comes to the salary cap at the end of the season this coming year because they're not going to be able to sign all these guys back.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's what the salary cap has done is like it's even the playing field. It's created the best parity in all of pro sports
Yeah.
where like you don't have this well you have teams that are good for long periods of time, but eventually it cycles its way around, and you always have new teams in the playoffs every year that didn't make it the year before. You have a league where anybody can win on any given night. You see in the playoffs low seeds beat higher seeds all the time. That's not even unexpected. Like that's commonplace in the NHL. And we're seeing that with, I mean, look at who thought Nashville was going to be putting up such a
Yeah,
fight
right.
against the Carolina Hurricanes, who
Right.
won that division this year.
Or
Look at the
Minnesota.
Islanders against the Penguins. I mean, Boston, even though Boston was kind of the favorite in this series, they are the lower seed from the Capitals, and they're a period away from winning in 5 games. I mean, you really don't see this much in like this in other sports where it's kind of the top teams are the top teams and it's them every year in the finals. Like hockey, you can get a lot of surprises, and the salary cap is a big reason why, because it's evened out the playing field so much.
The only difference is going to be this year is that the cap is not going to move much because of the flat cap situation. So you're going to see some teams like the Tampa Bays that are going to have some of those issues where they're not going to be able to keep their teams intact because of that cap issue. Okay. So, and then we also have the expansion draft this coming year,
Mm-hmm.
too. So that's even spreading out the talent even more because now you have another completely entire new team to put talent on,
Yep.
right? So it's no wonder now where each team has got 2 or 3 of those guys that are on the team that you've heard of, that you know of. You know what I mean? And now that's kind of where it's getting to now, where each team's got a couple of guys on the team that you know.
Yeah. Baseball is like the opposite. How many straight World Series have the LA Dodgers been to? Is it like 4 now or something like that? Like that, I feel the Dodgers are in the World Series every year, and
They
they
have.
spend like more money than like the bottom 10 teams in the league combined.
I don't know if
Because
the Dodgers have been in that many
there
times.
there's no salary cap in baseball, so they can spend as much money as they want. LA's payroll is absolutely
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. Now, what about basketball? They don't necessarily have a cap either because they have the max contracts, right? That you can give to players now. Like, can they do that for the NHL? Right? They have max contracts for NHL, guaranteed money. I mean,
The
are you
NHL would
kidding
never
me?
do that. Oh, the Dodgers didn't. Oh yeah, the Nationals made it in 2019. The Dodgers made it both years before that and last year. So the Dodgers have made 3 out of the last 4 World Series, and their payroll is some obnoxious number. I'm gonna look it up because I literally saw it and it was absolutely absurd.
You know,
Like
I was checking out the Slapshot Sweethearts, which, by the way, if you guys aren't
literally should
watching
be
them,
illegal how much money the LA Dodgers spend.
I was watching the Slapshot Sweethearts the other day, and they were talking about how some of the baseball players' salaries was enough money to buy an NHL team.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like the
There are
Sal.
guys in the MLB with like $300 million contracts. They could buy the
More.
Florida Panthers.
They have more than 300 million. And the guys in the NBA have even more.
Do you want to know what the LA Dodgers estimated payroll plus taxes for this year?
Oh gosh. Lay it on me.
$293 million, 914,728.
That's their payroll.
293,914,728.
That's how much they have to pay the people that are play on the team. Right? Is that what you're giving me?
There's is 248 million of that is actual payroll. The other of that is player benefits, minor league
Okay.
contracts, and taxes that they get added in
Okay.
because they spend so much money.
Okay, so let me see if I get this straight now. So they got 240 some $1 million
They
of
spend
total.
$250,000 just on their MLB payroll.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get to. They're
That is what the salary cap prevents.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a lot of
A
bloody money.
$250,000 on their MLB payroll.
That's only $250,000.
Oh, no, I mean $250 million.
Oh, 250 million.
248 million and some change. So basically $250 million on their MLB payroll.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
That's no wonder they're in 3 out of the last 4 World Series. They can literally pay everybody. That is legitimately
That's like
paying to
Yankees
win.
money. That's like Yankees
They're
money.
spending way more than the Yankees are at this point.
But you know what I mean though.
Yeah,
That's
that's
like
like
Yankees
vintage
money.
Yankees. Yeah.
You know, I can spend more than you can so I can get that player that, I mean,
It is. They're literally paying to win, and then small market teams don't have a shot because they can't. I mean, the Dodgers probably play some of their single players more than other teams pay an entire payroll, or pretty close to it.
I mean, how much is now for the Phillies? I know that they have Bryce Harper,
Yeah,
right?
he's making an obnoxious amount.
Right, 300 and like 10 or whatever, $15 million for 10 years. Right, so he's making 30 some $1 million a year to play baseball.
I want to see the Phillies now, because they're
Jeez.
like, aren't the Phillies like a 500 team? I don't even think that they're that good this year.
They've been playing a little bit better, but yeah, I mean,
187 million for the Phillies. And their biggest contract has definitely got to be Bryce Harper.
oh yeah, he's 310 or 340 or something crazy like that for the next 10 years.
That is so absurd. I want to see Bryce Harper's money here. His base salary is $26 million a year. That is more than a quarter of the NHL's entire salary cap is just going to Bryce Harper.
So salary cap for the NHL is what?
81.5 million.
And he's getting
making
paid
26 million. Then when you add in bonuses, it's 27.5 million this year.
and that's a third of total revenue or total third of total cost to pay your entire payroll goes to one player. Wow. Okay. They better be winning. They're not winning much, are they?
I don't think the Phillies are that good this year. I want to. Oh, MLB is so ridiculous. I want to. I know Padres signed a ton of guys. I want to see what the Padres look like.
I'm also of that same ilk with the NBA too,
Mm-hmm.
where they get these guys that get these max contracts. Well,
Padres are right along the same lines as the Phillies, 187 million.
okay,
Their highest paid player is Manny Machado, and he's making 30 million plus 2 million in bonuses, 32 million total in salary this year.
wow, that is a lot.
Meanwhile, the highest paid player in the NHL is making 12.5 million this year, which is less than half of that by
big contrast. Jets scored. Jets scored to go to 2-1.
We're also
Jets.
starting the third here, so enough talking about salaries, and we're going to get ready for third period hockey here. Winnipeg gets a big goal to get back into that game. So that's 2-1 now. Oh boy, that's getting close again.
Yeah, but that's in the towards the end of the second period there. So
yeah, we are back underway. Capitals looking for an early goal, and they get it right off the opening draw. Connor Sherry for Washington, and it is 2-1. And this is a start to the period that the Capitals needed. Just 11 seconds in.
That's exactly what they needed, man. Finally, something to show for all their shots on goal, man.
That is a huge goal for Washington, showing signs of life here. Just 11 seconds into the third. I don't know what was said at intermission, but this was exactly the start to this period that they needed. As Sherry gets the rebound shot, but Pastrnak right off the faceoff. Big shoulder stop there by Samsonov. Bruins coming in on the attack now, looking to regain that 2-goal lead. Ooh. After a very low-scoring game so far, we're already getting chances at both ends to start the third here. Capitals with it now out of their zone. Sherry back into the offensive end, trying to move it to the middle. Poked away, though, by McAvoy. Capitals getting right back into this one, trying to keep their season alive.
Sherry actually got that rebound and then tucked that rebound that he got back right in there. On his initial shot was the rebound, then he hit the rebound right back in there for that goal.
Taken now. Here's Boston back on the attack. Good back check, though, there from the Caps. They're able to get it back out of the zone now. Into the offensive end, Kuznetsov leading the rush with Ovechkin and Wilson on his wings. That one goes wide, high off glass and all the way down. Minute and 15 into the third now. Bruins holding on to the 2-1 lead. They're being outshot heavily, 32-14. But they've got the 1-goal lead. Capitals playing with their season on the line, trying to force a Game 6 on Tuesday night. Taken now. Wilson not able to keep possession. Bruins are going to be able to work it. Gets it up to Ritchie now over the red line. Bruins into the offensive, and here's DeBrusk. DeBrusk with a pass. From the far side now, that one gets blocked. Capitals get possession, trying to work it out of their zone. Edmonton goes back up 3-2. It's 3-1 now for the Oilers. That's a big goal there, a big answer there from Edmonton. I'll update the ticker guys at a whistle. Into the offensive end now, Washington with it. That shot goes high over Rask. Bruins trying to get it out. Kept in at the blue line, though, by the Caps D. Lazar on the second chance, though, finally able to clear. Into the offensive zone now, Boston dumps it. Corrali in there, Lazar and Wagner, fourth line on the ice, down in the corner. Wagner's going to play it. Takes a hit there, moves it down to Lazar. They just try and get the cycle game going. 17:33 to go here in the third period. Shot in there, high over the bar. And that deflects up and out of play. We're going to get a stoppage with exactly 17 and a half minutes to go. Attacking zone draw for the Bruins coming up. They had a 2-goal lead in this one. It's been cut to 1. Capitals had a really good start here. Exactly what they needed to do was get a quick goal. And now we have ourselves a hockey game here. Third period action.
For sure. That's exactly what they needed, man.
This is going to be a heck of an ending.
That's exactly what they needed. They're finally going to get a stoppage in play here where they're going to get this broken stick off the ice that's been down there in the Capitals end here for a little while. I think it's been kind of impeding some things here where they haven't been able to get any shots. Wow.
Ezra,
Okay.
what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Send in there. Pasternak now. First line out for the Bruins, trying to get the offense going. They would like to stretch this back to a 2-goal game. Down here into the middle, back to the point now. Long shot from Grzelcyk. That one goes wide. Pasternak behind the net, trying to work off a check. Back out there. Bergeron with a shot. That one goes wide. Taken now by the Capitals. Back the other way into the offensive zone. Shot in there. Rask grabs it with the glove, and he's going to cover it. 16:50 to go in the third. 2-1 Bruins here, trying to advance to the second round. Capitals fighting to keep their season going. Final 16 minutes and 50 seconds here. 1-goal game. This is going to be a heck of an ending. Connor Sherry got the Capitals back into it with a goal 11 seconds into this period.
It seems like after Boston let that goal in here, it seems like they've taken a little bit more of the play here after that initial drive there from Washington after the goal. But it seems like Boston's kind of taking a little bit more of the play here as of late, where they've been playing more down on the Capitals end instead of where Capitals playing down on the Boston end.
So that one gets by Brendan Dillon, and Schultz has to dump it back in. Caps go on the forecheck, though. Bruins move it to the middle, not able to get it out. Second chance, and they do clear to neutral ice as Wilson knocks down a Bruin there. Dillon steps up. Bruins now into the offensive zone, trying to get in on the rush here. Taken by Smith, down in the behind the net now. Looking back out in front there, just can't get it through to Krejci as that one sent all the way down. Pass doesn't connect.
Jared still doubling up on the shots, though.
That's going to be icing call here. 16:06 to go. Bruins will get a new line on the ice. Come back down to the Capitals' end. Capitals are outshooting the Bruins by 20, 34-14. But Boston somehow still has a advantage on the scoreboard. But the Caps are pushing here, and we'll see if they're able to tie this thing up.
I don't know, man. It just seems like we're finally getting to see some of that pushback that we thought we were going to get from Washington.
Yeah, this is how I thought the first period was going to look.
Yeah.
Not the
and
third.
Now we're getting in a third. Right, exactly. But they've done everything that they've needed to do so far to continue to be in it. Even though I did see Ovechkin kind of take a little bit of a hit and limp off a little bit. He's been kind of back onto the ice here, too.
He's back out now as he actually gets the puck here on the sideboards, moved up through the neutral zone. Capitals now. Wilson dumps it in. Down low here. Move to DeBrusk. Bruins back out of the zone. I'll tell you what. The Boston Bruins cannot just sit back all period.
No, they need to keep going. They need to keep the pedal on the metal and keep trying to do what they're doing. They need to just still keep trying, still keep putting it in the offensive zone.
Sit back hockey when you have a lead doesn't usually work. You've got to keep pushing. You've got to keep trying to make plays, play your game. And I think,
especially
I hope
against Washington.
I hope Boston didn't come out with the mindset that they were just going to sit on this lead, because that is not how you win hockey games.
No, especially against the Capitals and Ovechkin and Oshie and Backstrom. No, man, this team is too dangerous to just kind of sit back and let the game come to them. You can't do that. You got to attack. You got to play like you're trying to win this.
Brady, what is going on? Welcome. Lakers fan, I'm sorry to hear that. In here, that one was poked away by Rask, and that net came off as Oshie went sliding in there.
Yeah, he looks like he got knocked down, so yeah. I'll tell you what, though, Riley and Lazar have been really good additions along with Hall to Boston. And they've really played well here in these last couple of games for Boston, especially on the back end.
Absolutely. Taylor Hall was not the only trade deadline move that the Bruins made. Lazar's been a great addition to the fourth line, and Riley has really solidified the top four for the Bruins defense. And they needed another left shot defenseman, and he's been a really nice addition. But here we go now. Under 15 minutes remaining in the third as the Capitals move it up through the neutral zone. That one gets knocked down, though, by Marchand, and Carlson has to go back and regroup. Capitals will try again. Cleared now and into the offensive end. Bergeron into the middle of the Marchand, and that one just goes wide. Samsonov might have gotten a little piece of it with a stick possibly, but what an opportunity there for the Bruins to regain the lead, and they just send it wide.
Just send it wide. Still down 20 shots on the Caps though. That's crazy.
14-10 to go here in the third as we're going to get a whistle in the neutral zone face-off coming up. What a chance here for Marchand.
Man, point blank.
Right in front. And I think he just put that one wide.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think
no, Samsonov did get a little piece of it.
Yeah.
Right, a little piece of that puck and is able to push it wide of the post. What a save there by Ilya Samsonov. Man, I'll tell you what, he has made some A+ saves in this game, including that one right there.
I mean, we were talking about this earlier in the game where we thought it would be, we thought that Boston could have had 2 or 3 goals, if it wouldn't have been for Samsonov playing as well as he has. Holy moly.
Caps are going to be offside, so they have to tag up. Tenorti back to play it behind his own net. 13:43 now to go in the third period. Bruins holding on to the 1-goal lead, trying to finish this series off. Moved in here. That one gets stolen, though, by the Caps. They're coming up the other way now. RJ, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh, the Bruins have had 2 power plays. They did absolutely nothing with them. Mo, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Caps had power plays, too. They didn't do anything with theirs either.
I think the Caps have had 3 and the Bruins have had 2.
Yes.
There hasn't, I don't want to jinx it, but there hasn't been a penalty call in a while.
Since the first period is when the penalties were.
Yeah. Or Sprong got one in the second, but all the other penalties were in the first.
Okay. So only one penalty called there in the second, but other than that, they haven't called.
Washington has had 1, 2, 3 power plays. The Bruins have had 2.
Yep.
And that's been it for special teams. Other than the 4-on-4, we had a 4-on-4 earlier early in the first after that scrum, but that's been the only special teams play.
Exactly. Seems like they've been putting the whistles away here, and but it doesn't seem like games 2 and 3 were much more physical. There was a lot more after whistle.
Nobody wants to take a penalty in this game.
It doesn't seem like that's the case in this game.
Usually games 1, 2, 3 have a lot of that after the whistle stuff, and then that calms down as the series goes along because the games get so important and nobody wants to take a penalty.
Exactly.
We haven't seen. There's been a few scrums. A lot of them have broken up very, very quickly. You haven't seen a lot of after the whistle stuff because in a 1-goal game, you cannot afford to put your team in a penalty killing situation with a dumb penalty after the whistle.
Exactly, and that's exactly what could lose you not only this game but potentially moving on in this series.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So Boston needs to keep the hammer down. They need to keep on keeping on and just keep doing what they're doing. Keep Washington to the outside like they've been able to do. Keep Ovechkin off the score sheet like they've been able to do. Just keep on keeping on and do what they need to do. They can take this game.
All right, Prosperous, welcome back. Thank you for being here. We are just coming back from commercial break now. Got a face-off coming up here. Prince of Pop, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Great to see you in the chat. We've got third period action here. Face-off just outside of the Boston Bruins zone. That one gets dumped in by the Capitals. Riley goes to play it. Looking for a play, sends it around the boards, up the wing. Chipped there by DeBrusk, but Dillon keeps it in. Down behind now. Moved out here. Bruins able to chip it to neutral ice. 13 minutes to go in the third period. Capitals need a goal. They have more than enough firepower to get it. Boston could really use an insurance marker. Capitals really need the equalizer here.
Yeah,
they're
for
back
sure.
Regrouping in their own zone here. We don't know yet, John. It depends on who wins the Pittsburgh-New York series. Whoever comes out of that series will play the winner of this series. But That
Edmonton,
series 2-2, so it's
right?
anybody's.
Edmonton 3, Winnipeg 1, end of the second.
Edmonton and Winnipeg, 3-1 game still for the Oilers, and that's a must-win game for them. They are heading into the third period with a 2-goal lead. Sean, what is going on? Welcome. Cisco, welcome to the stream. Caps are in the offensive zone here, cycling it around. Nick Jensen with the puck, back to the point. Long shot there by Chara. That one blocked down in front. Who's going to find the rebound? The Bruins do. Corrali settles things down. Moved out here, past Backstrom and cleared to neutral ice. Under 12 minutes now to go here in the third. Moved in now to the offensive end. Sent around here, Lazar. Wagner trying to move it out. Up the boards. Taken by Washington. They're hard in on the forecheck. Digging for it along the boards here. Washington gets it down to the corner, but the Bruins take the puck back. It's Clifton. Clifton off the boards up. Cleared out. And here comes Lazar over the red line, trying to turn Chara around. Loses it to the sideboards, though. Now goes around the net. He can certainly outskate Chara, but the Capitals get reinforcements back. Bruins dump it around. They're going to get the top line on the ice with a line change here. Marchand down in the corner. Chipped away here. Into the middle. Chance there. That one, Capitals able to move it up, and they get it out now. Sherry into the offensive zone against McAvoy. A couple of 73s down in the corner. McAvoy moves it. Really nice pass there to Bergeron, and Bergeron clears the zone. Gets it up now. Grzelcyk jumping into the play. Long shot there. Trying to get it in front to Pasternak, and that one is poked away by the Caps D. Bruins keep it in the zone, however. Capitals having some trouble handling the Bruins' top line, but now they're able to get it out.
Yeah, spending a little bit of time down in the opposition there for them. That's pretty good. Boston needs to do a little bit more of that in this period.
The last few shifts for Boston's top line have been very, very good.
Yes.
That one's not going to have enough juice for icing. Carlson plays it to Dillon. Caps move it back through the neutral zone into the offensive end here. Taken down now along the sideboards. Down in the corner, sent in front. Back here, Dillon with a long shot. That one deflects just wide of Rask.
Wow. Boy, they got to have more of that kind of stuff here if they want to try to win this game here. But it just seems like Boston seems to be keeping them on the perimeter.
Moved up and out here into the offensive end. Dumped in deep here by Craig Smith. He goes in.
Every time Washington goes into the center, there's somebody there with them. Every time they try to take a shot, there's somebody standing in front of them to block it or to get in the lanes. That's what they're doing. They're clogging the lanes.
Yeah, Capitals know they cannot give up another goal in this game. So that one deflects off of the dasher there and all the way out past Jensen. Under 10 minutes to go in the third period. More than halfway through the final frame of this one. Boston 2, Washington 1. 9:20 left in the period. Moved up here. That one gets sent around the boards.
Boston needs to put more pressure on, man. They seem to be falling back like we said they were going to do.
Capitals are pushing hard here. They need one more goal. Ovechkin with a hit there on Coyle, but the Bruins move the puck out to the neutral zone. And the Caps have to regroup again and get back on side. Here they come, though, into the offensive end. Shot there. Big blocker save by Rask. McAvoy
Mark that one
it.
down.
Moved here now. Bruins into the offensive zone. Sent in there. That shot goes high. Along the sideboards. Down under 9 minutes to go. Fourth line out here again for Boston. They've had some solid shifts. But this one gets behind Clifton. Here comes Mantha. He gets a shot off. Rask makes the save.
Wow, that's 2 saves in a row now there that Rask has really been able to save the bacon there, I guess, of Boston.
Moved up now. Cleared out of the zone. Taken here by the Capitals into the offensive end. Daniel Sprong backhands it in front. Nobody there for Washington, though. Ends up on the sideboards. Caps on the forecheck, getting puck back here for them, but the Bruins are able to move it in behind the net, out of the zone, and cleared all the way down. 8 minutes to go in the third.
Can't just be doing this dumping and chasing thing here with Boston, man. They need to get some more sustained pressure. They're just letting Capitals continue to take it to them. There's not enough pushback here from Boston. That's what they need, man. They need to be able to push back so that the
They
Capitals are not winning the
come into
battles
the
here.
offensive end, stolen here, shot, and the Bruins score!
Score!
Patrice
Oh, boy.
Bergeron, second of the game, and it's 3-1 Boston with 7:35 to go. Game 5, the Caps are on the brink.
Tink, 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 tink. That's the hammer of the nails in the coffin. I think this one.
Bergeron, second of the game.
Wow.
And the Bruins top line
Oh, what
with
a
all
shot.
3 goals tonight.
What a shot. What a shot. He put it right to the forehand, put it right up over the shoulder. Oh, man, what a great shot. What a great goal here. This is how you do it, guys. Way to go. 16 shots on goal and 3 goals in. Yeah. Capitals fans not looking real happy here on this one. But, man, a complete breakdown by Wilson, and then was able to get skated right by. There was traffic in the net with Pasternak, and Bergeron was able to get a great shot right up over the blocker's side, over the shoulder. Didn't even see it until it was already past him.
7:15 to go, and we got a penalty call here. Our first penalty call in quite some time.
Let me guess, it's against Boston?
The ref made a cross-checking call. I believe it is against the Bruins.
Yes.
Of course, they're going to go to commercial break before like showing who's going to the box or anything in classic NBC, but
yeah, I think it is against Boston.
It is a cross-checking call.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's going to give Washington a chance. That's going to give Washington a chance here to try and cut it back to a 1-goal game. That second Bergeron goal might end up being huge.
You know, what I just saw here right before the commercial was they were showing the guys on the Capitals bench, and I'm seeing that look.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That look of
Mike Riley for cross-checking will go to the box.
That look of, I think we're going to be playing golf tomorrow, boys. That goal was huge by Boston.
Absolutely,
Holy
especially if the Caps
smokes.
score on this power play.
Wow, holy smokes, man. Especially for the captain to be able to put the stamp on that one, man, for the goal in this game. Yeah, that was
He's
great goal there.
He is an absolute legend. Brian, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We've got 7:15 remaining in the third period. Capitals are going to the power play. When we come back, they're down by 2. I'll have to see a replay. Tim. I did not notice it live happening, so it must have been away from the play or something.
It was away from the play, but it was a cross check. But it was away from the play, though. It was happening away from the play.
All right. Mike Riley is in the box. Bergeron's in to take this draw for the Bruins on the penalty kill. Capitals on the power play here, trying to cut it back to a 1-goal game, and they are setting up in the offensive zone. Washington with a chance there. That shot immediately right off that faceoff goes up and out of play just 6 seconds into the power play, and they're going to redo that draw right to the left of Tuukka Rask. I think so, Christopher. I would think so. D. Wade, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. We've got 7 minutes left in the third period. The Bruins with a 3-1 lead in this game, and funny enough, a 3-1 lead in this series as well. They have a chance to finish it off tonight. The Capitals are playing for their lives as they move this one up here. Behind the net now, Boston trying to get a clear here on the PK. They get it by, and Marchand backhands it out to the neutral zone. 1:20 left on the power play. 6.5 left in the third.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. This is the first penalty since that second period one that was carried over from the first.
Absolute. Yeah, as we got that scramble in front here. Capitals trying to dig the puck away. Bruins finally come away with it and send it all the way down. Samsonov out to play it. 50 seconds left on the power play here. 6 minutes left in the third period. Capitals down in their own end, running out of time here on the power play. Down to just 42 seconds to work with. As they dump it in. Sent around here, trying to get set up in the offensive zone. Back to Ovechkin, long shot goes wide. Rebound chance, can't get a shot off. Eller keeps it in on the half wall. Eller with it now in the corner, back to the half boards by the hash marks. In front now, chance there. That one goes high over the bar. Taking the Washington, and Washington scores! It's 3-2, Eller from the half wall. And Rask is furious about something. This is probably going to be looked at here. I don't know what Rask was so upset about, but he saw something. And Cassidy and the coaching staff are looking at it on the bench. Let's see.
Oh, I think I understand why. Because he was completely pushed out of the blue paint there right before that goal was scored. Yeah.
This is gonna be interesting. Let's see. Kuznetsov pushed him in the back. And then as he was coming back into the net, Eller puts it home on the far side. This is going to be an interesting call.
Yeah, I think they're going to look at this all day. You can't do that, man. You can't push the goalie out of the way there like that.
The question is going to be, did Rask have enough time to get back into the crease?
I don't think so.
And reset before that Eller shot came in.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
they're saying no goal.
They waved it off. They waved it off.
The refs talked and waved it off and said no goal. Now, actually, Washington would also have a chance to challenge.
But they have to challenge. I don't think they're gonna.
Washington would have to challenge for this to be looked at again now.
Yeah, and I don't think they're gonna.
No goal.
Yeah, cross-check into the back. Yeah, that's a good call. I think that's a good call.
Yeah, Kuznetsov, he purposely pushed Rask, too. That was
agreed.
That was not smart. And he shoved Rask out of the crease. And that just cost the Capitals a goal here with 5.5 minutes left in the third. Not a smart play there from Kuznetsov. Final seconds of the power play ticking off now. Trying to get the second goal for real this time. And not able to. Taken down in the corner. Power play has come to an end. 3-1 game still in favor of the Bruins. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Capitals have 5:05 to score 2 goals. Try and keep their season alive. Carlson keeps it in at the blue line here. Moved up now and cleared out there. Taking Boston now into the offensive zone. It's Bergeron trying to get around Carlson. Carlson pinches him off. But Pastrnak gets to the puck. And now Marchand has it in the corner. Back behind the net. Top line on the ice for the Bruins. Out to Bergeron. Now to Pastrnak. And he fans on the shot. He would have had an open net.
Oh, my. Oh, boy. Could you imagine that 4-1? That would be scary good.
4.5 left now. Sent in front. Just not able to get a stick on that was Marchand.
Boy, oh boy. Boy, this game sure has turned, hasn't it? This was not the game we were expecting from the Capitals at all. We thought for sure there was going to be a lot more.
Push up here into the offensive zone. Craig Smith after it. David Krejci down behind the net. Under 4 minutes now remaining in the third. Caps have got to get the goalie off here pretty soon. Down by 2, you're pulling the goalie with, probably about 3 minutes left.
Yeah, something like that.
Long shot there. That one right off the outside of the goal. McAvoy. We got a penalty coming up here against the Capitals. McAvoy gets tripped down in the defensive zone. And Daniel Sprong takes a penalty there for Washington. And it's going to be a Bruins power play when we come back, already up by 2.
That's a dumb call there, boy. You don't do that.
that's going to be a big problem for the Caps as they are running out of time here with less than 4 minutes to go. Sprong with another penalty in this game, and that's going to put the Bruins to the power play here late in the third.
I'll tell you what, though, Tuukka Rask, I would have to say, man, he's been player of the game.
Oh, he's been awesome in this game and in this
Yeah,
series, really. He's been awesome.
I agree. And, you also have to give it up, too, for the Capitals goalie because really this game should be like 5-1 or whatever because the saves that he's made in this game has been amazing. So
Yeah,
give it up to
Samsonov had a huge
Samsonov.
game.
Yeah, you got to give it up to him, too. So. But how about that, man? It looks like Boston's on the brink here.
I until the clock says 0, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I've learned over the years not to speak too early.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to say anything either. But I'll tell you what, this is why I wanted to come on here and do this with you because I was really hoping that this would be the case that we get to see this series come to a conclusion. We never predicted it to be this quick.
I thought this was going to be a 7-game series.
Yeah, of all the ones that I thought was going to be, this was not going to be a short one. Okay, so.
All right, we are back from commercial break here. I think so, D-Wade, but we don't know for sure, obviously, yet. But we are back from commercial break. Thank you guys for all being in the chat. Really, really appreciate it. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of every team are welcome and wanted here. It would mean a lot if you could hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to be streaming all playoffs long, as many games as I possibly can. I'll be back tomorrow night for Penguins and Islanders game number 5. But we are underway here. The Bruins are on the power play trying to finish off the Washington Capitals. We've got 3:35 left in the third. Caps in their D zone trying to get the breakout here. Bruins able to take it back to Pastrnak now. He sends it behind the net.
Boston hasn't done well in their power play in this game. They're 0 for 3.
He does not have one, Steven. Long shot there. There's a bomb from Pastrnak, and Samsonov swallows that up.
I mean, 0 for 2 on the power play. This is only their third one. So they're 0 for 2 on their power play.
Yeah, Sprong got the stick out there trying to reach for the puck and took out McAvoy. And offensive zone penalty by Daniel Sprong there. And
that's never a good one to take.
No, especially when you're down by 2 in the third period of an elimination game.
Late in the third period, anyway, at least. I'm looking at the replay. Yeah, he was going for the puck, but McAvoy was there, and I'm sorry, but you just can't do that. I know it's an inadvertent stick, but still.
Still a penalty for sure, and that goes back now. Bruins just killing time in the offensive zone. 1:10 of power play time remaining. Under 3 minutes now left in the third. Avs fanboy, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you. I mean, D'Anthony, Samsonov actually played really well in this game. He made some huge saves.
This game would be way more than 3-1 if it wouldn't have been for Samsonov making
he made
at least
some
3 or 4 saves.
massive saves.
Exactly, especially in the first.
The team in front of him just hasn't had it, hasn't brought enough to the table.
No.
That one gets thrown around there, and obviously Ovechkin, yelling at him after the double overtime game, does not help. The Bruins will play the winner of the Islanders Penguins series, Petey. So whoever wins Isles Pens will face the Bruins.
Man, that's going to be a serious matchup.
Oh, yeah. Game 5 tomorrow night is going to be a lot of fun. That's a huge Game 5. That series is 2-2 right now. Will, thank you for the update. Edmonton 4, Winnipeg 1. So it looks like finally. Edmonton is going to get that much-needed win and get back into that series.
Awakened the sleeping giant up there in Edmonton, it looks like.
Well, they had to win tonight after going down 0-2. Here's Pastrnak through everybody again. A chance. Samsonov with a big pad stop there. Power play is over.
That's like 5 saves now for him. That's been like major game-saving saves.
He's done everything he can to keep them in it.
That's true. That's a good way to put it. Yep, he's done everything that he possibly can. But Ovechkin, Oshie, Mantha, the names haven't been there.
Taken here now, Capitals. That pass doesn't connect, goes through the skates and cleared out again by Boston. Will be icing if it reaches. No, Lazar beats it out. Takes a hit behind the net. Empty net now for Washington. Empty net for the Caps. Samsonov to the bench. They are down by 2. They need a couple goals here in the final minute. 50 seconds left in the third. Danny, what is going on? Welcome. St. Martin with the 5. Got that dono hype in the chat. Thank you so much, St. Martin. Really, really appreciate it.
We're under a minute.
Oh, yeah, we're down about 30 seconds remaining in the third here. Dono hype for St. Martin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Taken here. HUD, what is going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget, guys, I'll be back tomorrow night for Game 5 between the Isles and the Penguins. That's going to be a really, really good one. This gets moved up now. Eller into the offensive end. Capitals on the attack one more time, but they are out of time here as the final seconds are ticking off. Hit behind the net there. Bruins send it up the boards, and that is it. The Boston Bruins take round 1 in 5 games over the Washington Capitals. And the Bruins advance to the second round where they will face either the Pittsburgh Penguins or the New York Islanders, depending on who wins that series. And Boston is the second team to advance here in 2021 after the Colorado Avalanche did just a couple hours ago. Wow. So Boston moves on here. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Rask ended up with a lot of saves.
Yep.
Let me get the number here because
he had 39 saves on 40 shots.
Now they just updated it to 41. So he's made 40 saves on 41 shots for Tuukka Rask in this game. And he was phenomenal.
Well, Chara.
Oh, he has Chara and Bergeron.
Well, you get to go play golf now. What an awesome series. What a great set of games here from Boston. Look, I had Boston pegged over the Washington Capitals all day. I actually have Boston winning the entire East over whoever wins between Pittsburgh and the Islanders. I just think that Boston is the better team here on this one all day long. It showed Tuukka Rask was better in net, even though Samsonov stood on his head tonight and played really well. But you didn't hear the big names from Washington. You didn't hear Ovechkin's name. You didn't hear Oshie's name. You didn't hear Mantha's name. All these big names you didn't hear throughout the entire series. They were pretty much kept in check. And I think that was the key thing here for the Boston Bruins victory.
Steven with the 2. Thank you so much for the dono. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys all for watching. What an end to this series.
Wow.
I thought for sure that this was going to go 7.
Nope.
Especially after the first 3 games all went to overtime. I was like, this is going to be a 7-gamer. This is going to go all the way. But, wow. Boston able to finish it in 5. And they won 4 straight after dropping game 1.
Right. And we got Edmonton is 4-1 over Winnipeg with 12:03 left in the third.
All right, guys. So that is going to do it tonight. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of every team are welcome and wanted here. I'm going to be streaming all playoffs long. It's doing as many games as I possibly can. I was joined tonight by Steele from Steel Flyers. His channel is linked down in the description of the video.
Thank you.
If you guys want to check out his channel, it would be greatly appreciated. He does some awesome content on there. And I'm going to be back tomorrow night for the Pittsburgh Penguins against the New York Islanders. Game number 5 of that series. Currently tied up 2-2. Going to be a huge game 5 to see who's able to take a lead in that one. And it is going to be a lot of fun. But with that, everyone, have a great night. Thank you guys all so much for being here. So much for watching. This channel community is awesome. Continues to get bigger and bigger and better as well. And I really, really appreciate all of the support. So it was another tremendous night, and we'll be back again tomorrow. So thank you guys all so much. Talk to you soon. And with that, I'm going to head out for now, but I'll be right back here doing some more hockey tomorrow.